And we are live.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
All right, Dan. Dan, I'm here, EJ Boxing Live with Dan the Man Boxing. What's up, Dan?
What's going on? What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm, you know, just here. You know what I mean? You know, it was a big weekend. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant. I picked Caleb Plant. He lost, but you know, he gave it a good effort. I think people were arguing and worried about the scorecards. They're like, what they gonna do to beat Canelo? Like, how can, you know, the fight was close when it was, but they had him so wide on the scorecard. But I was like, the scorecards were irrelevant in my opinion because he stopped him. So I don't know why everyone's getting upset about.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's exactly what I pointed out in my live stream the other day, and it's irrelevant at this point. He got the stoppage. It's very similar to Deontay Wilder situation with Luis Ortiz with his scorecard situations when he stopped him in two fights where people are arguing that Ortiz was winning the fight and then Wilder was up on the scorecards after the stoppages. So, you know, it's the same situation, and the same people was arguing, who was complaining about the scorecards on the Canelo situation. I didn't see them complain about the Deontay Wilder scorecards. They were saying, well, that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. He got the knockout. We'll give that same treatment to Canelo. Well, you know how it is, man. There's no consistency at all when it comes to certain fighters. But, you know, anyhow, like I said, I mean, I thought it was a closer fight. I had Caleb Plant winning by a round, but obviously we all knew the fight was too close enough to not give him the decision, depending on the situation, because Canelo is the attraction, and you know, obviously he's the one who brings revenue and money. Mm-hmm. So you got to give him the benefit of doubt, according to the judges, that is. So, you know, Caleb gave a valiant effort, and you know he can keep his head up high, and you know, we'll see what Canelo does next, man. Hold on, this helicopter passing through. Just give me a second. Wait for it to pass through. Oh, yeah. All right, it's about to pass through, but yeah, So I can't complain. Can't complain at all, man.
All right. What else is going on in the world of boxing? What's happening, Dan? What's happening?
Well, first things first, in case you guys don't know, Jessie Vargas is entering politics now. He's running for Congress here in the United States. Yeah, so that's an indication he's pretty much retiring. I'm not sure if he's retired, but he's semi-retired, I would say, at least. Yeah. He's going to focus on politics. I mean, you know, look, you know, he is an eloquent speaker. You know, he seems a little educated. It's kind of like, Juan Baby Bull Diaz, what he did one time. He took a hiatus from his boxing career and went to law school, got his law degree, and, you know, and he's been focusing on law ever since. So I think that's what Jessie is going to do. Hey, you know, I can't knock him for it. So, you know, wish him best of luck in his congressional race. Yeah. I'm not sure what party he's running for, but I have to look further into that. But another news-worthy note: John Fury gave an interview exclusively with BT Sport, which is, you know, obviously that's no surprise there. He mentioned that Tyson Fury had some serious injuries going into the third Wilder fight. Supposedly he had some bone spurs removed from his elbows hours going in, which I think that's a bit bizarre because if you have bone spurs, it doesn't take you 6 hours to remove them. It takes quite a while. I don't know. I'm not a medical expert, but that's a serious issue. You shouldn't be fighting if you have bone spurs.
That's probably why when he elbowed Wilder. That's why Wilder's face got cut.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible, but you know, look, I think this is a. I don't know, but you know, people who are saying that Joshua, who entered the Usyk fight with an injury, is an excuse why he lost. Well, in that case, then explain Tyson Fury going into a fight with injuries. I mean, the point I'm getting at is that I've said this for a while now. No fighter is going to go in 100%. Mm-hmm. They can tell you that 100% they're injury free. That's bullshit. They're going to come in with some type of injury. Mm-hmm. Some type of injury. They will. Whether it's a bad shoulder, whether it's a bad arm, wrist, whatever. Yeah. Leg, they're going to come in with some form of an injury. I mean, Wilder has been injury prone. Not saying injury prone. Yeah, he has been injury prone for a long time, for almost a decade now. Mm-hmm. So he's always entered fights with his injuries. But that's what John Fury said. Fury's going in with an injury with the third Wilder fight. It is what it is. He got the win, so I guess that's a little bit irrelevant now, because now, speaking of Tyson Fury, he's going to be training his brother Tommy for the upcoming fight with Jake Paul. So that's coming up.
Yeah, what do you think about? Yeah, what do you think about that fight? I think I think he will knock Jake Paul into next week, man.
I don't know about that one.
Why?
Tommy Fury has not been impressive for the last 2 fights, or 3 fights by that matter. I mean, I know Jake Paul's had a one-off against Tyron Woodley, but if you compare the two, at least Jake Paul fought a legitimate fighter. I know he is not a pro fighter, but Tyron Woodley does have a stand-up background. He's a legendary MMA fighter. You know, I know people are going to say, well, Tommy Fury fought Anthony Young. I'm like, well, Anthony Young wasn't that season of a fighter. So you can't compare the two. Can't compare the two.
He's gonna beat the shit out of Jake Paul, man.
I don't know about that. Tommy Fury, nah. I mean, look, Jake Paul, say what you will about him. I think he's a little bit more craftier than Tommy Fury. I know the only problem with Jake Paul is sometimes, I guess his conditioning to some degree is an issue, or his punch selection. But I think he's a little bit better technically and more crafty than Tommy Fury. Now, as a size difference, I would say, though, I think, the size difference between the two, I think they're about the same size, whatnot. I think Tommy's a little bit bigger. I think just slightly bigger, but not too big. But, I'm going to favor Jake Paul to win that fight.
Man.
I'm going to favor him to win that fight. I'm serious. I'm going to win it.
That Fury, yeah, don't underestimate him because he's good looking guy, yeah. He gonna beat the shit out of him, I'm telling you.
What up?
Fury,
go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I said don't underestimate Tommy Fury, yeah, because he's got model looks, yeah. He's gonna beat the shit out of him. He comes from a fighting back. No way, man.
Yeah, I guess his brother's gonna show him how to maul a fighter who's the stationary target like Jake Paul. I'm sure he's gonna show him how to do that. Okay, fine. All right, we'll see. We'll see how that works.
And you know what's gonna happen, yeah? If Jake Paul beats him, his brother's gonna call out Tyson Fury. You know that, right?
Yeah, and thinking about that, as I mentioned to you a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, I told you that Tyson Fury's not even thinking about a Dillian White fight. He's talking about some other shit. I told you, man, they're gonna swear that fucking fight, man. I'm telling you that right now, or duck it. They're gonna duck that fight. You know?
Yeah, I'm still there.
So,
I'm still there. Yeah, I think so as well. But if he can fight Logan Paul, he can get more money fighting Logan Paul than fighting Dillian.
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine this. Logan Paul beats Tyson Fury and becomes the undisputed champion, bro.
Actually, you think that? Wait. So the WBC is actually going to sanction that as a pro fight now? The exhibition bout?
Yeah, he's got a pro license, bro. Of course they can sanction it.
Oh no!
You're laughing. Why not, bro? You don't think that would sell? That would sell.
That would sell. But dude, you put up your title on line and your linealship against this guy who's only had 2 pro fights.
Biggest payday of his life.
And he hasn't won one yet.
He was in there with Mayweather.
That was exhibition though. Come on, man. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's a possibility anyway. Never
mind. I doubt that, bro. Because right now Logan Paul's talking about fighting Mike Tyson in an exhibition bout.
Yeah. He needs to leave that one alone. Leave Mike don't play around, bro. You know what I mean? He gonna make an example of that YouTuber. He gonna make an example of him.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that, man. See how that plays out. But some other news.
Well, hey, let me talk about the politics. Just so Jessie Vargas is a cheat. I swear he had steroids in his back when he fought Bradley. You know what I mean? So I don't know where he getting the politics. He's a devious dude. I don't trust him. I don't trust that.
Yeah, he does have that acne on his back. That's always been bizarre with Jessie Vargas, man.
Yeah. Hey, I got one for you. Hey, shout out to Unrivaled Boxing and what's his name? Burger Buzz thing. Shout out to you as well. Hey, what do you think? You think Canelo Alvarez, is the greatest Mexican fighter of all time? Me and YG had a discussion about this. On if he beats Beterbiev, right? Like in terms of no Mexican has ever been undisputed middleweight, whatever. Like he's done that, and now if he could beat Beterbiev, would he be the best Mexican fighter of all time?
I mean, that's definitely a conversation. I would probably rank him above Chavez Sr. if he could do it. Yeah, I think that would, if he can beat Peterviev, then yeah, I have to give him his props for that, man. I mean, as of now, no, but if he does beat Peterviev and then after that he goes up to heavyweight, then yeah.
Why does he have to go up to heavyweight for? Come on, don't be silly.
I'm just saying if he does do that, I mean, he could be, now they're trying to position him to be the next Manny Pacquiao or something like that. I don't know.
He's gonna go up and fight Usyk, innit?
I think that's.
Well, Usyk's smaller. Hey, listen, he was at cruiserweight, right? Berthelweigh's light heavy. Bro, there's a possibility, man. He can go up.
Nah, he not beating Usyk. Nah, he ain't going nowhere. That guy.
If they fought, he beats Usyk. If they fought, he'll beat Usyk right now.
Nah, first of all, he can't deal with the foot speed or the hand speed.
You crazy?
From different angles.
That's what Canelo planned for. Canelo will beat. Canelo right now would be.
Wait. You compare Canelo Plant to Usyk?
Nah, I'm just got foot speed. He's a southpaw. They're both southpaws. You know what I mean?
Nah, Canelo Plant was fighting orthodox, bro. No, he wasn't fighting southpaw.
Everyone knows, that Canelo Alvarez would beat, but it would beat Usyk right now, man. Everyone knows that.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone knows. I got him right now.
You're trolling with that, bro.
I'm trolling with that. Is this the? It's live. I'm rival wants to know if we're live, man. No, if it is live, why would it not be live? Dan's doing his thing. No, listen, Dan, on the reels, yeah. So what? Give us your take on Anthony. You think Anthony Joshua's mentally unstable still, yeah?
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's mentally unstable, but I think he's not mentally correct as I would put it.
Say that. Yeah, you will. What you do? You must be moving. You must be moving around or something because your connection sounds bad. What are you saying?
Hold on.
Yeah, that sounds better. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that he's not mentally ready for the rematch. I'm just being honest.
What makes you think that, man? Come on.
All right. First of all, you don't go around and you throw, say that I'm taking full responsibility that that my trainers and my team setup is the reason why I lost the fight. This, that, and the third, and then there's an internal conflict between the camp.
Yeah. That's everyone makes.
And then you want to talk about I'm coming in for murder against Usyk, this, that, and the third. I mean, that's not you talking, bro. Stop it. That's not you. Stop it. All right.
You're like the gangster talk. What's wrong with the gangster talk?
You really think that's Joshua's personality, dog? Man, this is and obviously he deserved to be criticized for that type of talk, man. But at the same time, dude, if you have any chance of trying to win the immediate rematch, you've got to make some changes, bro. You can't sit there and say that I'm going to keep the same guys, let them sort it out, and then say that, I'm going to add a fourth body, but if they're in it for the money, I'm not going to pay them. I'm like, what?
Well, listen.
I mean,
people were saying that about Lennox Lewis. He say he's soft. He ain't like no Mike Tyson. Look, he's English. He plays chess. See the thing is, I think people misconstrued what toughness is out. You know what toughness is about. You know what I mean? And when you look at Anthony Joshua, because he ain't talking reckless and going on bad, people think that guy ain't tough. You know what I mean? And that's what you're getting it. You're getting it twisted about. You have to act like Wilder, like a mad foaming dog, to make you believe that this guy's tough. You know what I mean? Fury whipped his ass, man.
Yeah, Fury did. I gotta give him credit for that. But but like I said though, sometimes some fighters who think they're the toughest in the world gotta be humbled. They gotta understand that there's always gonna be a time that you may think you're unbeatable, but there's somebody out there that can beat you. Yeah. Somebody out there that you didn't expect to beat you will do it. Sergey Kovalev had to learn that lesson the very hard way with Andre Ward.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to find out. But I think Anthony Joshua will be fine. I think he's gonna get his belts back. I think Wilder has to do with reality that his excuses that maybe he was full of shit. You know what I mean? That's what he got to do with.
Yeah.
You have to, as Anthony Joshua, one thing I do is in the interview. That's what Joshua said. He's like, look,
excuses he made, it was just some type of self-conscious belief that he felt that he was done hard by. He needed something to believe himself that he can go back in and correct the wrong and win the rematch. He needed that. So I think that's what Joshua is doing to some extent. He's doing the same thing. He's coming up with he's not making the excuses directly, but he's blaming it indirectly by blaming his team. They're coming up with this gangster talking about the people I grew up watching, or that I grew up revering, the Nicky Barnes and the Big Meaches and shit like that, and Rayford Edmonds and those guys. Not no athletes, not no politician, some shit like that. But look, is it just some type of psychological, subconscious thinking for him to be confident to going into the rematch, which I believe he's not going to win? Maybe, I don't know, but like I said, though, my point is that I don't think he's mentally ready, because 5 months in, after a loss like that, dude, nah, you're not gonna be ready for that rematch. I'm sorry, especially, physically maybe, but not mentally. No.
No. Well, I think Joshua was reading off something. I think he was reading off a film script. You know what I mean? And my man Unrival said, shout out to Fight Doctor. He said, shout out to you, Dad. My man Unrivals, he said Canelo Alvarez. He said he the greatest. He said Cinnamon is the greatest bloody Mexican fighter of all time. He reckons he is.
Look, he is worthy of the discussion. But I guess one more top-notch win. He made history. I'll give him that. He did something that Julio Cesar Chavez didn't do. I'll give him that. And if he can get that Viterbi win, I'm like, okay, yeah. He's definitely probably considered the greatest Mexican fighter of all time.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't think you ever be that. I don't think you ever that. Hey, Unrival. I'm talking to Dan on the Google thing. So if I bring you on, your voice is gonna overfrap him. So I can't kind of bring you on unless Dan cuts out. But Dan ain't going nowhere for now. So yeah. But what I'm saying,
I'll be leaving in a couple minutes. But go ahead.
yeah, a couple of minutes, then. But listen, what I'm saying is that I don't think, in my opinion, like Barrera, Morales, Marquez knocking out Pacquiao, you know what I mean? Like Julio Cesar Chavez, Oscar De La Hoya. They are Oscar De La Hoya, you know what I mean? For me,
Miguel Cantu, let's not forget him.
Ain't no one care about him. Ain't no one care about Miguel Cantu. Forget about him. Now I'm talking about the real. I'm talking about Salvador Sanchez. You see him in the background, Salvador Sanchez. So I don't think he's ever gonna.
My bad. Yeah, Miguel Cantu. Let's not forget about him.
Ain't no one care. Uzi. No one cares about him. What he do?
Exactly. Do some study on Miguel Cantu. He's one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time. Michael Carbajal. Let's not forget about him, Michael Carbajal. But go ahead.
Go ahead. Pino Cuevas. Everyone knows about him. The Chiquito Lopez. Everywhere. What's his name? There's loads, man. There's loads, but in terms of the high echelon, Salvador Sanchez to me is always good. At 21, brother, at his prime, the stuff he was doing was legendary. You know what I'm saying?
He was. Unfortunately, Salvador Sanchez's career was cut short due to an accident. Yeah, that's sad, know?
Yeah. Salvador Sanchez, right? But look, if you look at the resume, he got pure Hall of Famers on him, Salvador Sanchez resume. Then you got
Zuma Nelson, he's got Wilfredo Gomez and Danny Lopez.
Yes.
Yeah, those three names. Yeah.
Names, bro. And he's just carving guys up. You know what I mean? The problem is Fury is at an advantage of all fighters, the gloves. Well, I don't know about Fury. So everyone knows about Fury. Fury be cheat. I don't know about Fury. Fury could be cheating.
Yeah.
Fury's a dodgy guy. But I don't know about Fury. Was he cheating? It don't matter right now. Like, Wilder should have fucking loaded up.
No, man. I think we all move beyond that right now, man. If he cheated, so what? It's over with. It's over with. Nobody's talking about that anymore. The LDBC's not talking about it anymore. Are they even still around? They all gotta let it go.
Are they even still around? Bro? They
still around. They're still around.
They should have been disbanded.
Right now, they're focused on other things.
They should have been disbanded after that, bro. The way they were pulling that shit, you know what I mean? They're the reason they fucked up Wilder's head. They should know that. They were the reason they fucked up Wilder's head. Wilder's head was all over the place, man. You know what I mean? At least Fury's balanced. He's got a balanced head.
Yeah, I think that I understand why they did it, because there's two reasons why they did it. One, because they really believe in him and they thought they gave him some type of confidence in a way that he thought he was wrong by. That gives him some, greater confidence that he can go in the third fight with, in the rematch, believing in himself that he could correct that wrong. And I also think the reason why they did it, because they knew this was making them money.
Yeah.
This was making them a lot of money. They were getting a lot of super chats over this shit for over 2 years, and then
the money's gone.
Now
the money's dried up. The money's dried up. Yeah,
What's up?
The money's dried up. Yeah, go ahead. Go on.
Yeah. I mean, they're still getting but they used to, from my understanding, after that fight.
Yeah. All right. So Unrival's saying he's asking the question: Is he the best? I don't think so. I don't think. Even if he beat Beterbiev, right? The only thing will do me if he went up and beat Usyk. If he went up and beat Usyk, then I say, yeah. He'd be the greatest. What if he go up there and beat Joshua? What if he beat Joshua? Usyk, He needs to. If he goes up, the super middleweight champion goes up and beat the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and unified heavyweight champion. If he was to do that, 100%, he'll be the greatest. Not even Mexican, one of the greatest fighters of all time, at any weight. If he could do that, I think he could beat Usyk. Right. I think if they fought, I think he'd beat Usyk.
All right, well, we'll see about that. But hey, listen, I got to step away, man. I'll be back. If you're still on, I'll be back on, all right?
Yeah, I doubt it, bro. But Dan, thanks very much for coming over. Unrivaled and Fight Doctor, you can jump in. Nice one, Dan.
All right. As I you too, man. Take care.
All right, peace. So that was Dan the Man Boxing, people. Yeah, you're welcome to come in there. The jury's out. Anyone's allowed to come in, man. The panel's open for everyone to discuss. Canelo, the best Mexican boxer. Yeah, but yeah, Salvador Sanchez was Salvador Sanchez is a genius, man. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going with. Salvador and Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya, look at his resume, bruv. Oscar De La Hoya's resume is tight. It's really good. Oscar De La Hoya. I go Salvador Sanchez, Julio Cesar Chavez, because it doesn't matter what Oscar De La Hoya did. Even if he beat him twice. Bruv, people are still not going to put De La Hoya above Julio Cesar Chavez. So I'll go ahead like that, and then De La Hoya third. Like I'll go that, and then you got Barrera, and then you got Marquez, and then Barrera, Morales, and them guys there, and keep going down in it. So that's the way I'm going to score that, man. Yeah, if you guys want to jump in, look at this guy. He's got the king thing on right there. You know he's there. Yeah, but boy, listen, he beat Caleb Plant. You know, shout out to Canelo Alvarez. I met him when he came to London, actually. He's a nice guy. Him and Triple G, they're cool guys, you know, that's about their business, you know, speak when he's spoken to, respectful, and, you know, he reps his people, innit? You know what I mean? He don't look Mexican, he looks Irish. He looks Irish though, but boy, but you get me. Ain't nothing wrong with Irish. The Irish is good as well. But, you know, Canelo cross over all boundaries. Like, you know, he crosses over all boundaries. You know what I'm saying? There he is. Unrivaled boxing talk. How you been, my friend?
What's popping with you, AJ? How's it going?
That's all right. I like that logo you got there. That's all right, man. It's a nice little logo you got there. So what's going on, man? Let's get into the conversation. Obviously, we like to talk history and stuff like that. Where would you rank him? Is he one of your best? And go on, talk on it.
He's in the conversation. Statistically, you can't ignore it.
Still, I wouldn't even put him up there yet. I ain't got him there. Yeah, there's no significant wins to me, yeah, because of the catch weight and the decisions and dodgy shit. I ain't got time for that shit. Like, none of the guys on the list, they ain't got that. Oscar De La Hoya got a couple of decisions, yeah, I know, but he got sorted out. But he just went up to middleweight and stuff and fought Bernard Hopkins. But Salvador, but him, you know what I mean? He got comprehensively beat by Mayweather. You got the Lara fight out there. I still think he lost the Trout. The Cotto drainage, the Triple G playing games a year later. Yeah, he beating the names on resume. I mean, you got the names, but it's how you beat them and the circumstances. You know what I mean? And then he went. Go ahead.
I think greatness is something that's like talked about years later, right? I think that's fair to say. Unless somebody's completely written the conversation before it's happened, right? We already know Pacquiao's the number one Filipino ever, right?
Yeah, that's 100%.
And we knew that a while ago, right? We knew it's not like this is news after he's retired. We knew that a while ago. There's much more of a large conversation for Saul, right? Yeah. The main thing is this conversation is 20 years away because his career is still active. There is more that he can do. In terms of the marquee names, it'll be discussed 20 years later. Like people will, like, for example, you've got Salvador Sanchez. You're great, right? Yeah. But most people aren't having a conversation between Canelo and Salvador for the number one right now. The question is, a lot of people are picking Chavez. He tends to be the consensus view.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so that tends to be the conversation, and we know that Chavez has a lot of A-side shit in his career.
Yeah.
And we know that he has a whole lot of things that are kind of comparable and results he shouldn't have got.
Yeah, the Whittaker fight.
The Whittaker fight with creme de la creme.
Melvin Taylor fight. That's not his fault. That he just did what he had to do. But Melvin Taylor win, and the Whittaker, he lost that one. But what I'm saying is that in terms of like where it stands out is the 100 and something fights unbeaten, bro. I mean, that shit is like 100 and something fights as a professional athlete. That's amazing. That one there ain't going nowhere. Like that
wasn't it in the 80s, not the hundreds? The 80s.
Well, but okay, you're probably right. It was 80s, but that's madness. That one there, that stands out. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
But EJ, you've been watching boxing for a while, and you're really familiar with Chavez.
Yeah.
And you know full well that 80 is bullshit, because when he was like into his 40 fights, he had a disqualification loss where his manager, who was a member of the board commission out there, changed the result. Yes, and you know that yourself. Yeah. So there's questions on stuff like that there.
But he's still, you're right. But what I'm saying is that, all right, let's take that into account. But he still went on a 45-55 run, you get me? So, like, if you look at the thing, okay, let's take that into account, the disqualification, whatever. But still, like, it's still impressive. That's why I always got Salvador Sanchez, you get me? So then I got Salvador Sanchez, then I got Julio Sanchez, then I got Oscar De La Hoya. Like, who you Oscar De La Hoya's resume is tight, man. I mean, it's tight. From super to middleweight, man. He won all belts at all weight classes, man.
Nobody's gonna include Oscar in that conversation because this is specifically Mexican.
He's Mexican. Both his parents are Mexican.
Both of his parents are, but he represented America, all that. Look,
man, that's
no. It's not about what I think or what you think. He's considered a Mexican. He's not considered part of the top. Whenever you see top 10 Mexican fighters of all time lists, Oscar's never on any of them because he's American.
Nah, they hate him because what he did to Chavez. But I'm not gonna be biased like that. I got you. I understand the philosophy behind it. But what I'm telling you is that both his parents are Mexican. And if you talk about East Los Angeles, that used to be owned by Mexico. The Americans bloody took it off the Mexicans in the Civil War, right? So really, Los Angeles was supposed to be Mexican. So he's Mexican. The only reason is because he beat the shit out of Chavez. And they know that, but they know that, but they prefer Chavez because Chavez is their guy. But I'm not gonna be that. De La Hoya is Mexican. Both his parents.
Who's the best British heavyweight of all time?
The best British heavyweight of all time. Shit, yeah. You know that is. Shit, that's Lennox Lewis.
No. He's Jamaican, bro.
No, hold on.
No. Both his parents are Jamaican.
Hold on. Where was he born though?
Where was Oscar born? He
was born in East LA.
That's not Mexico, bro. That's the United States of America.
Hold on. LA. Hold on. That used to be owned by Mexico, and both of Lennox Lewis.
Was it owned by Mexico when he was born?
No. Listen. Both of his parents. He was born in England, bro. So he's England. So he's mainly English, bro. That's it. He was born.
Okay. So Oscar was born in the United States of America. So he's American.
That part was took over by bloody the Americans. That part should have been that shot should be Mexican. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that LA. That's what it's called, Los Angeles.
Well, England was taken over by the Anglos in the year 1204. You can't pick and choose when this happens.
I'm being fair. So they know what it is, right?
No, that's not being fair.
No. In the chat, my man, everyone knows Oscar's Mexican, but it's because he beat. Listen. Me and you don't need to get into it because we're not Mexican, right? But the fact of the matter is, both his parents are Mexican. Los Angeles used to be owned by Mexico and got took by the Americans, so he's Mexican. Now, in the conversation of Mexican, look at people didn't want to put Andy Ruiz, yeah? Same situation as De La Hoya. But, bruv, he's Mexican, bruv. Listen, come on. He's Mexican as anyone else, bruv. Come on.
All right, I feel you. Lennox Lewis is the greatest German heavyweight of all time.
Lennox Lewis was born in East London. That's it. Where you're born in it is born in East London. So
England is Germany. The royal family, the Windsors, are German.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. But where they born recently? But what I'm saying is, Lennox Lewis. You asked me the greatest. Who, in your opinion, is the greatest British?
I'm trolling, EJ.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to be sensible. Yeah, I'm trying to be sensible. Let's carry on now. So what I'm saying, in my opinion, in the top 5, right? So Marquez has to be in there. You know, you got Oscar De La Hoya. You can mother them at Oscar De La Hoya, Salvador Sanchez, and you have Julio Cesar Chavez, and then you got the Brewer. When I think about Brewer and Morales, I put them together. So, but there's other guys in there, Chico Lopez.
So it's like Xavi and Iniesta.
Yeah, you got Pino Cuevas, and you got other guys in there, savages. You know what I mean? You got some savages in there, some real hot Mexicans, and like people. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. There's so many of them, but they're the ones who stand out. They're the ones who stand out. Now in that list, yeah. I ain't got Canelo Alvarez. I don't care what he does. I ain't got him no better than nah. He might topple Barrera. Barrera beat Nassim Hamid, man. And then Morales beat Pacquiao. You see what I'm saying? That's some two big AGG wins. Now, okay, look, who's his biggest win? Now, Caleb Plant, okay, you unified them.
On paper, his biggest win is Golovkin.
Yeah, but if Golovkin ain't shit.
Well, technically, it depends how you look at it. His biggest win is Mosley or Cotto, technically.
Yeah,
on name.
Was drained. He drained him up on the weight. That's when he drained him on the thing. Cotto was draining as well. They were draining them on the middleweights, right? Making them fight catch weights, and that's why I didn't really appreciate.
It was Cotto's team that picked that weight.
Yeah, well, I didn't really appreciate that, man. I don't really appreciate that.
That's not Canelo. That's Cotto's team who picked that weight.
But I don't.
I'll give it to you on all of the other ones, but Cotto and Floyd, they picked those weights, not Canelo.
Yeah, well, listen, see Canelo, but Canelo, did he beat Lara? So what's going on there? Did he beat Lara? Did he beat Trout?
I don't. Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Okay. Did he beat Trout? Yes.
Hell no, he didn't. I need to.
That's your opinion. It's my opinion, man.
All right.
Did he beat Lara? It was the first time I scored it live. No.
There you go. There you go. You're being fair. Exactly. You have to be fair. And this is what I'm saying to you, right? Now let's look on. Now you took AGG wins. He ain't got one yet. He hasn't got one. But beating a Berta. He got Sergio Kovalev. That's a good win, yeah. Right. I'm not gonna take that away, yeah. But like, you know, these wins are good and credible and everything like that. You know, it would be nice. Andre Ward, a Floyd Mayweather. You need one of them ones there, bro, to solidify him stuff. He need one of them guys, bro. You know what I mean? And then, you know, if he beats a Charlo, let's say he beats up both the Charlo brothers, that might get him in there. But in my top five, I still won't have him in my top five. He's still not in my top five. In terms of money and all that, endorsements and everything and that, and he fights fairly well, but until he fights someone to stretch him to the distance and see what he's made of, like what Tyson Fury went through, I ain't got him there. I need someone to put him through the fire. You know, Tyson Fury went through. I want something like that. Like Tyson Fury knew, like, bro, he made a mistake against Wilder. Wilder pull it on him. You know what I mean? I need a Canelo, a rivalry fight. No, and Triple G, it wasn't that with Triple G. For whatever reason, Triple G came out. I don't know what. Go ahead.
So for you, greatness for you, is name value opponent.
I need someone to test him to the limit. And when he got tested, he folded like a deck of cards against Mayweather. So I saw how he acted. He acted like I saw how he acted. And you know what I mean? And I saw when he fought Lara.
So you don't take like numerical value or statistics into it at all, no?
Nah. You know when it comes down to Muhammad Ali, he didn't get no credit until he lost against Joe Frazier and went back in there. And then when he finally got credit is when he beat George Foreman in a manner of how he beat George Foreman. Right then, there and then, he was where he was. Same with Roy Jones. Roy Jones done all the things he did. James Toney, he was really like pound for pound. But when he solidified himself is when he went up to heavyweight and beat John Maurice. That solidified his reign. Because I was like, yo, you beat a heavyweight? You know, reigning heavyweight, that solidified him. So you need something like that. And I think being undisputed champion gets him in the Hall of Fame. But now we're talking about the greatest Mexican of all time. That's a different list. And he ain't in my top 5 yet. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I think I don't know where I have him yet because I haven't done everything I need to do just yet, right? Because I normally wait till fighters are retired unless their legacy is completely written like Manny's was, right? So, or like Floyd's was, you know.
We can talk about where he's gonna go though. Like, where do you think him? Where do you see him going though? Like,
I think he's in the top 10.
Well, okay, if he defends them, but let's say he does 10 defenses of the undisputed at super middleweight, then I have to reevaluate that, you know, or something.
The reason I already have him in the top 10, right?
Yeah,
this is the reason.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
I have him in the top 10 already, and this is off my head. I wouldn't know where exactly I would put him, but he's got what? He's beaten 18 champions, which is impressive as fuck. Because there's only a handful of fighters in the history of the sport who have that.
You're funny, you know.
I'm not.
Yeah, no. I'm listening. I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah, I know it's worth laughing at and everything like that. But the reality of it is on statistics, he's got a hell of a record. Huh?
No, go ahead.
Well, he's beaten the 18 current or former champions.
Yeah.
Which means, as it stands right now, he's only 4 behind Floyd. Which is putting him into a very close conversation, because if he beats 4 more, he equals Floyd. If he beats 5 more, he surpasses Floyd in that category, which puts him into a very serious conversation, because it would make him having beaten the most amount of champions ever. As it stands right now, I think he's like 6th on the list, which, if you really think about it, he's beaten more world champions than any other Mexican ever has. That is a statistic, and that is a very pivotal thing. You can bring up all the hold on, AJ. You can say it's all about name value as much as you want, right? But then you're not even giving your own list its own validity by having Sanchez there above Morales. Morales has a better win than Sanchez has.
What?
Zuma Nelson isn't a higher up ATG than Manny Pacquiao. He's not.
Hold on.
There ain't any list.
Zuma Nelson and Manny Pacquiao. So, in your opinion, Manny Pacquiao is a higher value than Zuma Nelson, yeah?
Absolutely.
So if they met head to head, who would win? In your opinion? That's the way I finished that one off.
Manny.
What? Manny Pacquiao beat Zuma Nelson?
I think Manny would beat the Azuma that Sanchez fought, because I'm not going to ignore that Azuma had 2 weeks to fight. 2 weeks. I ain't going to ignore that. I ain't going to ignore that on that record and big it up as though... No. This wasn't an 8-week Azuma. And at the same point, you can big up Azuma as much as you'd like. I ain't going to compare him to a 5-weight lineal, 6-weight world champion, actual all-time greatest fighter of his country's history. I ain't going to do that.
Listen. Let me listen. All them numbers, all the numbers, yeah? All the numbers you're jacking out about the most world champions. I don't give a shit about that. Nah, no. I'm telling you right now, like, and this comes down to a personal preference, right? And it's not set in stone, because no Mexican guy are gonna put De La Hoya on the list. Only me, right? I'll put him on there because I say he's Mexican, and I made my argument. But when it comes down to it, Canelo Alvarez, the greatest Mexican fighter. I think that they're gonna have to do that. They're gonna have to decide that one. If you got him in the top 10. Then fair be. I could put him in the top 10 in Mexican fighters. Is he the top 10 of all time? The greatest? Nope. And I don't see how he can do it. You know what I mean? I want to see how he can do it, because there's no guys right now in the superweight division. Benavidez, so what if he beats him, if he loses? I don't care about that shit. Middleweight, he already beat Triple G. Light middleweight, you got the Charlos there. They ain't gonna shit about that. Light heavyweight. Okay, Burnaby's undefeated. All right, you beat him. Okay. There's not much work for him to go, unless there's some guy gonna come out of the blue and say equal to him. You know what I mean? Triple G, his balls are shrunk. We don't even know what he's doing. The only way he can get some sort of validity is my man Andre Ward dusters off his old rags and said, "I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna beat him." There and then lies to cement himself up into the top 5. You know what I mean? If he can get Andre Ward, Andre ain't gonna, and no time Andre Ward ain't coming out. But that's all he needs, something like that. Or he can fight Alexander Usyk, and I think he'll beat Alexander Usyk. That's what I'll lay it down. You know what I mean? If you get Alexander Usyk in the ring, I think he beats him. What do you think?
Yeah. Good luck to him. Yeah, I don't think he can beat Usyk.
Why?
I think Usyk's too big, too quick, too strong.
I don't know. That's what everyone says about him. As long as he can drain you, he'll drain Usyk down to a decent weight, and then he'll be good to go, innit?
How far down is he going to drain him?
Well, he's going to come up to about probably 80 and 90 kg. So he'll put Usyk down at about probably 1 something. I don't know. Maybe 1 something. 100 something. You know what I mean?
100? That's fine for Usyk. 100 kilos is over 200 pounds. That's fine.
Yeah. I think Canelo can, because what did he rehydrate after the fight? The man's big, man. The man's blatantly a cruiserweight.
Yeah, he's a heavy man. Look, by the way, if we're rating it off of who your best win is, right?
Mhm.
Like, I would say that the greatest Mexican of all time would be Baby Arizmendi.
Oh, that was
If
a
it's
good one.
based, if
It's good. He's yeah, but you could put him in there because you know the win against Harold Armstrong is good. But what I'm saying is that
I'm Freddie Miller.
yeah, that's cool. But what I'm saying is that right in modern times, right, right now, and that was a good win against Harold Armstrong. But in modern times right now, especially the top 5, it's like
He has
okay,
2 wins against Edward. 2.
yeah. I got you. But what I'm saying is that yeah, right. Any day is he the greatest Mexican right now as it stands, like you said, until his career is over and dusted with. No, but he's definitely. But you could put him in the top 10, and that's where we're on. Let me ask you about what's Joshua's mental state to you? Do you think Joshua can beat Usyk? And what's Fury gonna do? Is Fury gonna fight Jake Paul after his brother? Because I think his brother's gonna lose to his brother's gonna beat what's his name, Tommy, and then Jake's gonna call out Fury. What do you think?
I don't know. Asking me about what Tyson Fury is going to do is asking me like trying to pick the lottery numbers, isn't it?
It's not that was unpredictable, isn't it? You don't know what he's gonna do. You don't know.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I'm hoping he fights Dillian White. He may retire and do charity fights soon. I'm hoping he fights Dillian. I like the fight. Dillian's going to be instated as the mandatory. So,
what about AJ? What's going on with AJ? What's your take on AJ's mental state? Can he be? Do you know how he can beat Usyk? Is he gonna beat Usyk? Do you think he wants to, or he's just too rich right now? He ain't got the hunger no more.
I think he wants to beat Usyk. I think he's gonna give it a good old college try. He may hurt him quicker, but I think he's gonna gas, and I think he'll get taken out. But I think he's gonna damage Usyk. I think he's going to really hurt him in the next fight. But I think he's going to get taken out. I think he's going to throw caution to the wind. I think he's going to foul the fuck out of him. I think he's going to punch him in the nuts. I think he's going to elbow him, grab him, push him to the hip, hit him to the whatever, but he's going to exert a lot of energy. He's not going to get him out of there in the 6-7 rounds while he's exerting all that energy. Usyk's going to take some deep breaths. He's going to start throwing punches and combos. AJ slows down, find his range, and he's going to stop him. Probably in the 9th round, but it's going to be a hell of a war. I think that fight's going to be absolutely epic. The second fight's going to be way better than the first, but it's going to be very topsy turvy, and I think it's going to, because I know yourself. You're really big on like it's the fights that make the fighters, right? So you've always been big on that, like the fights that you remember. I think it'll be a memorable one. I think it's going to be very memorable. It'll be one we'll watch back 15 years from now. We'll go, damn, how did he survive that? You know what I mean?
Well, we have to wait and find out. All right, listen to this one, right? So let's talk about this one, and we're gonna wrap it up. Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter. Who do you think wins that fight and why?
Terence Crawford on points. I think he's a bit of the fresher man. I don't think he's been in as many wars. I think he's gonna be boxing more than attacking in this fight than we've seen him. When Sean gets up close, he's gonna look to probably clench him, offset his rhythm, and get out of there. I think Sean's gonna be very, very aggressive, more aggressive than we've seen him in a while. Like the Farmella and the Ugas fights. I think he's going to be kind of like trying to fight the same way he fought against Spence, but I think Terence going to offset him a bit too much with the stance switching. And I think Crawford's going to take it on points. I think his 100% KO ratio at welterweight is going to go because I think Sean Porter's endurance and recovery time is too good. But I could be wrong. But I do predict Terence probably an 8-4-9-3 kind of fight and the most impressive win over Sean Porter since Kell Brook.
Wow. Okay. I got Porter winning, boy, by a stunning upset. I think he's gonna stop Crawford, innit? I ain't even playing. I ain't even trolling, no capping, nothing, bro.
Big up to Ryan Martin.
Huh?
Big up to Ryan Martin.
Ryan Martin. Oh, you're a funny guy. Yeah, bro. Ryan Martin, you're funny with that one. Yeah, you got me in that one. Listen, I've been picking outsiders for the longest. That's why. Listen, I've been picking some strange guy. Remember the guy who fought? What's the guy? The Russian guy who fought Thingy, and he beat him, and he didn't get the decision. Everyone was laughing at me. What's the guy's name again now? it was a guy now, it was a Russian guy, and it was managed by Ricky Hatton, and he came over and I can't remember who he was fighting, and he won, and he didn't give him the decision. So I've been picking outsiders fan, but listen, I want a Porter go and stop him. L Selector, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm good still. I'm just here, you know what I mean? Just chilling right now, bro. What's going on with you guys, man?
Yeah, we're just chopping up on the latest thing. Porter, Crawford. I got Porter stopping. He gonna stop the man. Porter gonna stop him, man. Gonna stop Crawford's run, man. He gonna stop him. He running right into a chisel. That Porter is a tough cuss, bro. He's a tough ox. You know what I mean? He ain't playing. What do you think?
That's Terence Crawford all day, every day. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about undisputed at 140. You see what I'm saying? We're talking about a master craftsman when it comes to the sweet science. You know what I mean? The better boxer is Terence Crawford, and always you know what it is in boxing, right? The boxer always beats the hard puncher. You see what I'm saying? Sean Porter got that Sean Porter got that style where, you know what I mean, he's like a truth seeker. Like, he's the type of guy, when you fight him, he's gonna get everything out of you. He's gonna test you. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna give you Sean Porter. When you fight Sean Porter, he's basically adversity. That's what you're fighting. You're going up against adversity there. Just because of stylistically the way he fights, he's very, very aggressive. He's very, very in your face. He's very rough and tough. You see what I'm saying? It's like he's kind of, some people say maybe potentially a little bit dirty. Some people say they don't like the way he fights. But you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to Terence Crawford, he has this game down to a science. You see what I'm saying? He's going to definitely defeat him, bro. He fights, I mean, he has that Midwest style. They're both Midwest boxers. You see what I'm saying? One coming from Cleveland, the other coming from Nebraska. So they got that Midwest style. But you already know what it is. Terence Crawford got that real Midwest style. You know what I mean? And only, you know what I mean? People out on that side know what I'm talking about. So Terence Crawford all day.
So how you winning him, bro? By stoppage or points? What are you saying?
Oh, it's gonna be straight points. He's not gonna stop. He's not gonna stop Sean Porter. He's not gonna knock Sean Porter out. Sean Porter is not the type of guy you knock out. I think the last time I've seen Sean Porter get dropped was against Adrian Broner. You see what I'm saying? And that was kind of like, that came out of nowhere. But outside of that, though, nah, man. Sean Porter, you know what I mean? You guys know about Sean Porter on your side over there. He got dropped against Errol Spence. He got dropped. Oh, he got dropped by Errol Spence as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, you're right. Errol Spence dropped him. But you guys know about him on your side over there when he fought him. What's this guy's name?
Well, he fought over your side. He fought over your side. He fought in America.
Yeah, but you guys remember that fight, though. You guys remember that?
Yeah, bro. Kel was holding him for his life.
Yeah, that was a classic, though.
Yeah, Porter was rough, man. I remember Porter when he blew out Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie was like, "Yo, what the heck happened here? I got hurricaned." You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Like, when he goes in there, you don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna be Ram Man. You don't know if he's gonna be a boxer. So this is what I'm saying. Like, Crawford, like, is real. Like you say, he gonna eat the truth. He gonna bring it out of him, and that's why I'm gonna pick him. Because right now I feel because he got dropped. He got dropped in his last fight against the guy. I know he stopped him, but I think at this point, right, he's like, yo. You know what I mean? They like, you know, he needs more of these type of guys to solidify himself, though. But if he goes in and stops Porter, I'll put him pound for pound number one. Like right now, everyone's got Canelo, but if he stops Porter, I'll put him back up number one. It's either him or Canelo pound for pound number one in my eyes. I don't know how you see it.
Terence Crawford. I have Canelo right now just because of the fact that he has the belts, right? He has the belts, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, listen, Crawford has moved to another division. He's been having a rough time getting those belts or getting those fights because of the whole politics with him and the Premier Boxing Championship. But outside of that, though, let me tell you straight like this. Terence Crawford is the best at 147, hands down. There's no one else that could tell me anything different. He knows how to fight. He can do different things in the ring. You see what I'm saying? A lot of boxers, he's not flat-footed like a lot of these 147 guys are. You feel me? He's to me personally, him and Floyd Mayweather have been probably the best fight. If that could have ever happened, if they were from the same eras.
That's a good fight, though, isn't it?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That would be one of the best fights. That's how stylistically.
Who you feel win that fight if they squared out? Who you feel win?
Oh man, that's a tough one. You think Mayweather beat him? Man, that's a tough one, man. I don't know, man. I don't think Mayweather. The thing about Mayweather Mayweather's never fought that style. Like everything Mayweather could do, Crawford could do. I don't think Mayweather's ever seen that style before.
Nah, man, Mayweather seen every style. He got like 80
Who fought like Crawford? Mayweather.
What you understand is like he got 80 something amateur fights, bro. He's seen.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
But I mean, in the pros,
there is, man. Like
in the pros, though.
Right, against Paul. You see the thing about Paul, right? And you see Mayweather, right? Like you look at the ascends of the guys he'd be fighting, like the Oscar De La Hoyas, like the Toro guys, the Cottos, the Shea Mosley. Like Paul ain't got none of them guys there to test him to say. So if you look at the guys he be facing, and he may always find a way. Now Paul's been finding a way as well, but it's like the level he been fighting better. So just by that, the edge, it wouldn't be. I don't think like he maybe it's not stopping. He'll probably got points, but like I could see Mayweather just like because Paul right now he's stopping everything, guy. He's looking like a beast. But these guys are B-level guys, man. Mayweather's fighting A-level guys most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like
you talking about Crawford? You talking about Crawford, right? You talking about Crawford?
Yeah, Crawford ain't fighting A-level guys, man. He's fighting like B-level opponents, man.
No. Well, yo, he can only fight what's given in front of him, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, yo, like that's just what it is at this stage. You feel me? Some may argue Canelo's fighting B-level guys, masquerading as A-level fighters. You get what I'm saying? Some can make that argument. Like he's fighting B-level guys, but he can't. I mean,
no, that's a whole. No, bro, you ain't gonna get no argument with me, bro. All them Euro bums are fucking rubbish, man. I know that's why. And this goes into the argument: is he the greatest Mexican fighter of all time? In your opinion,
that's Hugo Cesar Chavez. You know what I mean? Julio Cesar Hugo. I'm like Julio Cesar Chavez was up there. The thing is, Canelo did go undisputed, but he did it at 168. What I'm not trying to be, because a lot of people get on my ass about saying this, but 168 tends to be like a lot of European fighters fight at 168. It was before it was 160, and then it was light heavyweight. You see what I'm saying? And then it went to cruiserweight, and cruiserweight tends to be a European division as well too. So 168 and cruiserweight tends to be that. A lot of more boxers fight at the Europeans usually dominate at the cruiserweight division as well. I don't really see a lot of American fighters and other fighters from other parts of like even Mexicans and other. But is he right now?
Americans ain't winning nothing these days. That's why Americans ain't winning nothing these days.
That's
I mean, they stay around welterweights now. They getting the weights are getting lower and lower. Like you lucky you only got one heavyweight. Go ahead.
But you know what I mean. The problem is everyone's going. You remember in America, the problem is everyone's going to go fight. Everyone's an NFL player now, right? Everybody's playing football. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everyone's playing football or basketball now. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that's the problem. But at the same time, though, as far as Canelo being the best, though, I think it's still premature. Let's see how it ends out. As of right now,
where would you put him in now? In the top 10? You put him in the top 10?
Mexicans?
Yeah.
Oh, he's top 3. He's top 3, maybe.
Oh shit! Yeah, go ahead. Tell me which guy? Who you got? You say Julio Chavez. Who else you got?
I would say Canelo's up there, and then who else is the top Mexican guy?
Jeez, bro. Damn, you know. Go ahead. I'm listening.
But Canelo's a star though, bro. You got to give him his credit.
I know. I'm talking about greatest Mexican fighter of all time. You know that you got Salvador Sanchez out there. You got Oscar De La Hoya. You got Marquez. You got Marco Antonio Barrera. You got Eric Morales. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like Canelo's better than Morales.
You got Pino Cuevas. You know what I mean? You got Pino Cuevas. You got loads of you. I know I'm missing loads, bro. Like there's loads.
You're right.
Yeah, Canelo, man. Like I'm trying to say that. Go ahead.
I think Canelo. Okay.
He ain't got no win like Pacquiao. Like when Marquez flattened Pacquiao, and like what he did, he ain't got nothing like that. And then you look at like Chavez. We already know already. Then you look at Salvador Sanchez at 21, cleaned out everything, eating everything up in featherweight.
What would you say Canelo's biggest win is?
That's a good point, man. Because most of the time he be catch waiting, and he's still got that Lara dodgy thing on his resume, and he be draining guys and shit. You know what I mean? But when I look at the Eurobums sweep, I'm like, yeah. So what you posted you sweep out the Eurobums. You got Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? Like I ain't knocking away. He beat everything. Now what he gonna have to do? Maybe put 10 defenses behind the shit. Maybe got to be Burby. But if he does that, no, I say, listen, this is the one will solidify him, right? If Andre Wall was to come out and the come back in boxing, if he beat Andre, then I ain't saying that. Or he goes up and fights Usyk, bro. That's it.
What about if he goes and beats Charlo? He beats Charlo and then Andrade. What about Andrade?
Nah, man, they ain't doing nothing.
Yo,
If you beat them,
I'm
know what?
gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna tell you
They ain't
something.
doing nothing.
Charlo's an ex-football player. I think Charlo would probably be his toughest competition.
Charlo, man, them Charlo brothers eating so much money. You saw the other one when he tried unification. Oh man, boxing and everything, man. I go, man, you come on, guys.
Jamal Charlo, the one from Houston, though.
Yeah, the other one was
one.
that one. Okay, that one had at 154. Then the other one, he struggled against. He struggled against Montiel. He struggled against Montiel, bro. Like, come on, man. Nah, man. No. They ain't got their heads ain't in it no more. Like, they got too much money rolling in them, and that's what I'm trying to say. So if you beat them, so what? Like, they talked it up, but they ain't a buy. Like, so Canelo's got beat everything from 154 all the way up. Canelo's got the whole game tied up. But what I'm saying is that for the only way you can do is this one is just continue to just defend. You're undisputed. And like this, can you defend the belt like 10 times? So you could then you got lineage, right? You got 10 defenses or something like that. Yeah. Or and then you name like the Bertaviev win would be good, but Bertaviev. So a lot of the guys are not really doing anything. Like Canelo, if you look at Canelo, okay, he's fighting some of them in dubious circumstances, but in terms of the greatest Mexican of all time, like the jury's still out. Maybe it's just me. Oscar De La Hoya ain't beating Oscar De La Hoya, bro. Oscar De La Hoya done better, man. From
Did De La Hoya is the Olympian, right? He's a gold medalist.
Yeah, gold medal, the golden boy. Like if he's Mexican, right? Both his parents are Mexican. East LA used to be bloody part of Mexico, so that's Mexican as far as I'm concerned. He done more, right? He done more in some epic fights, and this is what I'm trying to say. When you look at Canelo, it's all one-sided, bro. He ain't never been the underdog in any of the fight apart from Floyd Mayweather. Never been the underdog in none of them.
No, I see what you're saying. Some people have the debate Austin Trout, and then some people have the
that's why I said Austin. Yeah, you go.
And then the Triple G one. I had Triple G one. Triple G.
There you go, man.
You're right.
And that's
I see what you're saying. And the jab too. I always say he needs to learn how to throw a better jab. I think he doesn't throw. There's a lot of things that are there with Canelo. He's a star though.
Yeah, he is.
To me, honestly, I wish Charlo could get his mind right, because I think Charlo, if there's stylistically the fighters that could actually challenge him, I would say is
Charlo and Andrade, right?
No, Boots. Boots is stylistically.
Nah. Boots is You know why I say Boots? Because Boots is just a prospect coming up, bro. Like only way you get to is when you become a champion, and then you see. Look at me. They say that, but look at Errol Spence, right? Look at Errol Spence on his descendant. When he was growing up, he looked like he was eating everything, bro. He beat Kell Brook, but Kell Brook got bust up by Triple G before. But since then, Errol Spence is fragile, man. You know what I'm saying? The only one I know is killing it is Crawford. Crawford is looking that guy, but this is what I'm saying. Like, that's the only guy I can say, like, yo, he's busting up. But again, the levels are different, so it's hard to gauge, how good. Like even Canelo, these guys, you're supposed to beat the Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? Benavidez would be interesting. But, at this stage right now, I don't think Benavidez I don't think he's beating Canelo right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Benavidez beating Canelo, but he'll try, though. He'll try.
What about Bivol? What about Bivol?
Nah, Bivol, them guys are, man, these Bivol dribble. I don't care about them guys. Are a waste of time, man. Like Sergio Kovalev, he beat him. It's the same. Adonis Stevenson's not around, because Adonis Stevenson gonna come down. That would have been interesting. You see what I'm saying? All the great guys are gone. Adonis Stevenson. There was what's his name again? Verdo, Gilbert Ramirez. All them guys have moved up, man. Badu Jack. They're all gone out left the division, bro. So you look where he is, he's at the top of the division of bloody bones, man. All the meat's gone. Meat's gone.
No, you're right.
The Rell brothers ain't there no more. Remember, you used to have both of the Rell brothers, Sakio Bika.
No, but Darrell, his brother, is there though. Andre
that guy's a shell. That guy can't fight. Canelo.
You saw his last fight. Though. It was pretty entertaining.
Man.
You saw it, right? You saw it, right?
But I don't rate them. Sullivan Barrera, all these guys there, they're light heavy. But what I'm saying is that there's some good guys at light heavy, but Canelo can do what he wants in boxing. The man does what he wants, and he fights these Euro bums. Eddie Hearn keeps serving up these Euro bums, and he keeps knocking them down. So, what I mean? But Canelo is the best right now.
What is Eddie? So, what's going on with AJ though? Like, what's the situation? Who's he signing?
AJ's still bloody head everywhere. He got 5 different coaches telling him to box bloody Usyk. Madness. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Who's he signing with though?
He's still with Rob McCracken. He ain't changing McCracken, man.
So he went on that tour.
Waste of time, man. He just went over there.
Are you serious?
he went over there to steal information. That's what he did.
So wait, he's not signing with him?
Hell no, he went over there to steal information to get new knowledge and run back to England to give it to McCracken.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He ain't changing. If he
No,
was
wait. So you mean tell me he's not signing nobody?
Hell no, no one. Just went over there to just fresh his mind, to still get some new fresh ideas and come back.
He was saying, yo, he feels like Nicky Barnes and you know what I mean, Big Leach.
This he said, right? He said, if I'm getting a brand new coach, I'm not paying him nothing. I'm not paying him 10%. So how the heck you got American coaches gonna train and they ain't gonna get no money? You know what I'm saying?
Wait. He said he's not gonna pay them 10%.
Yeah, yes, Rafi. Press the link, Rafi. If you go down in his comments, you can jump in. Yeah, that's what he said. He said he's not gonna pay them 10%. So that none of them coaches will train him. So they ain't gonna leave. Yeah, that's what he said. So I was like, AJ,
well, yo, if he loses, that's the end of him, bro. I don't want to hear anything anymore about any of that stuff. He had his opportunity, yo. When you got trainers like this, go to Houston. You see what I'm saying? Go to Houston, get some guys.
You don't want to pay them.
They say he's from Africa, right? He's from
Africa,
right?
No, he was born in London, man. He just got Nigerian back.
Okay, there's a lot of Nigerians out there in that Texas area, especially in the Houston area over there.
They can't help him. Look at F.A. Jugbar. When he was over there, he left running shows.
Knocked out. He didn't get knocked out. He lost it.
No, he didn't get knocked out, but he left running shows. Running shows helped him. Look how he treated running shows. Running shows ain't gonna fight for him. So them boys ain't got no loyalty. And why you got too many coaches? He's crazy. Like AJ's head's muddled up, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems like I don't know, but yo, he better win that next fight though. He better win that next fight.
I think he can win the fight though. Even though I criticize him, I think he can still win it. But I think he
needs to be,
he needs to be who he's been, man. Stop trying to be no little mouse, bro. You're a grown ass man with balls. You need to go out there and swing, man. Swing, and just throw and something can land. Don't be out there playing no boxing tic-tac. You trying to play chess. You know what I mean? You ain't no chess player. You know what I'm saying? Effie looked better under Shields. Yeah, he did, exactly. He left Shields, looked like garbage. He got beat by that old Cuban guy. You know what I mean?
Look at that. That was nice though.
The Cuban guy, but he made Effie's an idiot, bro. The man got gassed up. He left running shows because them other guys promised him the world. He left running shows and he just became a punching bag, bro. You know what I mean? I like that Cuban schooled the heck out of him. Frank Sanchez done him up, bro. I was like,
tactician, bro. Yo, when I found out he was a Cuban, I said, oh, this guy's in trouble because I don't think he's ever fought a Cuban.
He was aggressive Cuban. Though.
You know how Cubans fight, bro.
Some of them
are very slick.
Yeah, but he's like Rigo though. He looks to hurt you though. Like he hurt him because he controlled Effie. If Effie realized if he opened up, he was gonna get knocked out. Because Frank could go with him, and he realized that.
What do you think AJ would do with that Cuban? What do you think AJ would?
AJ leave the Cuban alone. I think Frank's beating everything. I think Frank's beating everyone. I'm gonna tell you, I think Frank's beating all of them. I think Frank's beating. Rafi, you better hurry up and come in, Rafi, because I'm roasting because Rafi's boy is AJ, innit?
Rafi, jump in here, bro.
Yeah, Rafi's boy is about to, when AJ loses, Rafi's gonna shut down his channel because he don't know what to do. I pick Caleb Plant. Yeah, I have to eat a bit of crow, but I don't care. Like I'll be picking against Canelo all the time, every day. I don't care. That's all I'll be doing until he fights someone. The Euro bums, he be smashing Euro bums. He gonna be a good fight with Porter. Hey, Romy. I reckon Tank was gonna lose to Romy. That's why he got himself out of that shit. Because Romy's still walking around. Yeah. Romy's still cool.
But them girls, though, dog. Them girls, bro. You already know. They said they were gonna come to the fight and they're gonna make ruckus.
Mayweather paid them girls off to get him out. That's what Mayweather did. Mayweather was worried about Tank was gonna get his ass whipped. He paid them girls to say that stuff to get Romy out of the fight. Bro, to get Tank
allegedly, bro.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I reckon Mayweather did that shit. Because Mayweather's got the strip bar. He got one of them strippers to say, yeah, he attacked me and shit. Because Romy crazy. You know, Romy came with that pimp fur and shit. Romy crazy, bro. Romy looked crazy out there, bro. In that hot weather, he was wearing that fur. That shit.
That's time throwback Nevada pimps, bro. Come on,
bro. In the hot weather, he wanted that fur. The fur looked good though. It looked good though. I ain't gonna lie. The fur looked good. But I think Tank was gonna get his ass whipped, bro. I think Mayweather said, nah, you know what? I don't think it's good. You know, I think we need to find a way out. So I reckon Mayweather got him out of that one. You know what I'm saying?
So who's he fighting next though?
I don't know, man. He should have done fight Lomachenko already. I think Tank would have beat Lomachenko already, man. That's what I think. Yeah, I think Tank would beat Lomachenko, man. But you see, the fights I want, they won't want to take. Mayweather is gonna wait until Lomachenko dead, walking around with one leg before being there. AJ better beat Usyk for his legacy. He needs to beat Usyk, man. But I don't think he's got the hunger to do it. Like my man says in the chat, AJ ain't hungry no more. When you earn 40 mil, 50 mil every other fight, where's your hunger from? Where's your hunger, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like Fury's more hungry than him. Wilder's more hungry.
The fact that he told me he's not changing trainers and he went there to go fish for information, that's not a good look, bro.
Yeah, that's what he's done.
You can't run around here saying I'm looking for the interview.
You need to go IFL and check out his hour-long interview. You hear the bullshit he talking. Crazy. Talking like a madman.
I heard him say he was Nicky Barnes and
he just trying to like, you know, that ain't that
street shit, bro. He's trying to like, yo, bro, he's gonna go pick up a brick, bro, out in Mexico and start, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just
flipping it across that island over there you guys are at, man.
It's funny though, because you know, like you guys used to clown Lennox Lewis, right? Say he's soft, he drink cup of tea. You guys like your heavyweights to be like Mike Tyson, and everyone you say Lennox Lewis until he whooped that ass, yeah? You know what I mean? But that's how it is over here in America. You don't like guys acting civil, you like guys yelling and screaming and acting like they're big like Wilder, but real talk, toughness don't come with no talk, man. If you look at your champions before, Joe Louis, and you look at your champions before, they weren't no talkers. I know Ali talked a lot, but most of the guys before, you know, Floyd Patterson, they were quiet guys and they used to whoop your ass. So you don't have to be talking that shit to prove you're tough, man. You just need to go out and whip ass. And AJ used to do that. Now AJ talking reckless, and everyone's like, "Yo, he's soft, man. He acting tough, man. Get out of here. You know you soft."
As long as he wins, though. Fams. If he wins, he'll be all right.
I think he'll win.
If he wins, bro, he'll be all right. But if he loses, man,
if he loses, I think loses is overrated. I think loses. I think he loses. I don't like Wilder. Look, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't understand why he doesn't. He said 10%. What the hell is 10%? Yo, I got a question.
Yeah,
I got a question too. Yo, I don't know. They say he's making a lot of money, but I never ever see his purchase published. Like, how much money is he really money? How much money is he really making? Because they keep saying, "Oh, he's making this much money," and I'm like, "Bro, I've never seen his purchase."
Nah, in the UK, they don't publish. That's why you're over in the UK. But in America, you have to publish that. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, though. But
in America, like you see in the Ruiz fight, they had to be published. And over here, they don't want to show that stuff because.
So how much is he really making, though?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like they sound couldn't tell you, bro. He be keeping that. He be stingy though. He ain't even got his own gym. Like he ain't even bought his own gym. He trains in amateur gyms. He trained amateur gym with amateur trainers around there. Like I don't understand. He set up like crazy. AJ needs to refocus and have a base. Most guys will have their own gym already with guys coming in and stuff like privately and stuff like that. AJ don't want to pay no gym. He don't want to do that. He be over there in the amateur gym in Finchley, ABC. Then he go to Sheffield in the Olympics where the Olympics train and over there training the amateurs where you got a bed and everything where he can save money. I don't know why he's saving money for what. You know, we all gonna die anyway eventually. So I don't know what you saving it for. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is right now.
Thank you, bro. That money don't go to the grave, bro. That money don't go to the grave. People need to remember that. Oh,
and why you saving
generational wealth? Niggas say generational wealth.
Yeah, but you know the funny thing is, right? You know the funny thing when we're dead and stuff like that. When we save our money to give over to our kids, all right, we're dead now. So shit, I ain't gonna see how they're spending that dough.
Let me tell you something, fams. Let me tell you something. You give away your money to your kids. By the third generation, that money's all gone, bro. People need to realize that statistics show third or fourth generations. Shit is already split up. Everyone say, I'll take the half on the house and this and that, pay bills. Bro, that money's gone, bro.
With great money like that, you need to teach your kids to be responsible. That's what rather than just give them money, you need to teach them to be responsible. Therefore, you have to teach them how things go in this world and realize if you lose this money, you're gonna be sweeping the kitchens and doing the stuff.
You can teach them that, but if they don't apply it, bro, that money's gone regardless.
Hey, listen, they gotta live their life, man, and make their mistakes and look back and say, but what you know, AJ, you know, he's living like a pauper and he got all that money, putting money down his sock. I don't know why. But I'm saying this year, right now in boxing is in a good place. At least PBC and ESPN they're merging. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn needs to make some of these big fights. Devin Haney fighting Jojo Diaz is a start. You know what I mean? They should have been give Devin Haney a fight against Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney a fight against Teofimo Lopez. Eddie Hearn needs to do more of that. They got a unification win fight coming up. And, you know, we got the big fight with Crawford and the thing. I might be trolling a bit, but maybe I'll think to myself, like, Why not go out on a limb? Because no one's even giving Porter a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? He's earned the right. If you look at what Porter's done, right? Who he's fought any and anyone at any time, any given time, and if the guy's even willing to cross over or out of his network in someone else's network to prove, that he's tough. So I look at this guy. I say to myself, you know what? That's what boxers was about. If he beats Porter in the manner I think he could beat him, then finally he'll get his credit and he'll be a Hall of Famer. So that's why he's coming over. Because he ain't getting his credit in the States now. If he beats Crawford, then everyone's gonna have to give that guy his credit and say, you know, that guy's a true badass, beating guys any weight, take all comers and kept fighting. Like, you know, I don't think Sean Porter gets that credit like that in the States.
Nah, the thing about Sean Porter, boxing fans know who Sean Porter is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only thing is, Sean Porter, like I said before, Sean Porter, he's come out short. You know what I mean? Like the Earl Spence fight would have had his credit if he was able to beat Earl Spence or even draw Earl Spence. That would have had people looking at it. But still, he's still respected though. Don't get it twisted though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, he's still respected, bro. He's still respected.
Yeah.
So what's AJ doing? Question before that. Where's AJ? Where's AJ at now? Like, what's he doing?
Nah, he over there like going gyms, you know, trying to write down the information that he stole from the American trainers and trying to use it against Usyk. That's what he up to.
Bro.
Straight. That's what he been up to. Hey, you got a channel? You got a YouTube channel? L Selector.
Yeah. L Selector. You just follow me, bro. You remember me, bro. L Selector, bro.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think I'm selecting you, man. I know I must be selecting you. When your shit come up, man. Hey, if you guys in the chat, make sure you should sub to L Selector. I ain't even been live for a minute because I said to myself, it's like everything's predictable. You know, Canelo's supposed to beat Plant. Everything's dry and predictable. Can we get some unpredictability around here somewhere? Can we get some, please? get some changing of the vibrations. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need right now. You know, the Lakers right now. The Lakers. Everyone's booing on the Lakers and this and that. But I'm like, the Lakers are going to win the championship. Everyone knows that. They bombing on the Lakers because they can. They're going to win the championship.
On LeBron?
Yeah, they talking reckless. Was that?
Nah, they said that he's injured, bro. He might be.
He letting them get some shine. He said, listen, every time I play out here, they be thinking, I'm gonna be injured for a while, let you get your chemistry together, and I'm gonna come into the team. That's what he's doing. He's sitting back and letting them get chemistry together. Let them work it out, man. That's what he doing. He just shit. It ain't that wrong with it. He resting up. He's like, look, man, I'm gonna take a breather for a bit. Christmas time's coming up. I'm gonna save it for next season, for the next stretch. Because it's like, yo, you guys need to work it out and get the chemistry together. Because when he's on the court, all they do is defer the ball to him all the time. So they need to get a run out. That's what I think. I mean,
I feel you, bro. Hey, bro, yeah. I feel you. Shouts to Lakers. We'll check them out. Who they playing next?
I don't know. I think they got.
Who they playing?
I don't know too. I think it's Phoenix again.
Check right now.
It's Phoenix right now. Yeah, I think it's maybe Phoenix.
Nah, they beat Charlotte yesterday, right? So
they barely got overtime. Yeah, they got who they
tomorrow?
The Heat tomorrow. That should be good. Yeah. These the game's changed, man. It's like everyone can shoot, so it's like them guys still play back in the early 2000s, kind of like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like everyone's shooting crazy. You know, like empty, like 2K. Everyone's shooting like 2K fucking 2025 or something. Yeah, everyone's like shooting for half court and shit. Like the NBA is crazy, bro. Stuff like this. Go ahead.
What's your team, Manchester City, saying, bro?
I don't play, man. I'm still soccer, man. I ain't no soccer fan. I'm into basketball. I'm into football. I'm into baseball, bro. I ain't into no UK thing. I like the World Cup though. I miss with the
NFL?
World Cup.
You like the NFL?
Oh, here he is. NFL. Yeah, I like NFL Steelers, man. I like Big Ben, man. Big Ben Ruckers. So here he is. AJ's personal assistant that's landed on the planet. What's up, Rafi Dawkins? Go ahead.
What's going on?
The dinner bells are coming. The dinner bell. Hey, so what's going on? Why is AJ frauding up the place? Come and explain.
Why is AJ frauding up the place? Is he frauding up the place? Is he? What is that? What is that? I can hear something like a heartbeat. Is that your heartbeat? No. Somebody's heartbeat. Somebody's heart's beating fast. Have you got a cat?
No.
Why
is AJ being a fraud?
Is he a fraud?
He needs to stop stealing information from other trainers in America and coming back to AK. You know he's been doing that.
Is he a fraud?
Yeah, he's stealing people's information.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, that sounds better.
You hear me? Yeah. You hear me, Rafi?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Why is he stealing information and running back to England?
Why is he stealing information? Well, obviously, listen. He's going over to the USA. He's going over to America to accumulate information, but he ain't gonna get information for free. He ain't gonna get information for free. He's gonna have to pay for that intel. You know what I'm saying? What he said was that he's not gonna be Ronnie, or whoever it was he was talking to. You know, they're talking about, yeah, EJ, we can get you there, but it's gonna cost you though. And he's saying, yeah, of course he's gonna pay, but he ain't gonna be paying no extraordinary sums. He's just gonna pay the right money. All he's saying is, listen, I've been around the block. I know how it goes. You know, I'm not going to be paying over the odds. He's just going to pay a man. He's just going to pay a man for a fair wage for a fair day's work.
He said he ain't paying no one 10%. He ain't paying no one
10%. Well, maybe they're going to have to settle for 9 or 8.
What, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
They're better trainers than Rob McCracken. How the heck they going to settle for less?
Settle for less.
Why would they do that?
Well, who's saying they settle for less? He's saying he's going to give a man a fair day's money for a fair day's work. Isn't that how it's supposed to go? Isn't that how it goes, El Selector?
You pay for what you pay for what you get. You know what I mean? You pay for what you're worth, bro. And if that you can remember, AJ's negotiating with trainers. You're only worth what you can negotiate. If the trainers want that, the trainers are going to get that. If the trainers say no, then he's going to have to go find a trainer that's going to take the 9 to 5. You see what I'm saying? Whatever their rate is, and that's it. But listen, hey man, you want nice things, you got to pay the price for it. You feel me?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
If you got that money, you better put that money where your mouth is, bro.
Well, he's saying he's going to pay a fair day's money for a fair day's work.
That's not what he said, man. He said he ain't paying no one no money. That he ain't paying no one. Don't lie.
Don't lie.
That's what he said.
EJ, you need to stop that.
If he's being cheap, then listen. Floyd Mayweather spends money. Why do you think Floyd Mayweather's the top of the line? Why do you think he's the creme de la creme? Canelo spends money. Why do you think he's the top of the line? Why do you think he's the creme de la creme, bro? That's how you got to do it, bro. You got to put that money down, bro. Don't be cheap. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You from the UK, bro. They got money out there. Like, people ain't stupid. It's a first world over there. I mean, it's a top tier economy over there. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Them Aston Martins Aston Martins aren't cheap over there.
They ain't cheap, buddy. They ain't cheap.
I mean, like,
the service
Aston Martins, you're funny, you know.
The service is astronomical.
Yeah, man.
So what I'm saying ultimately, because I can't stay long, what I'm saying ultimately, my dinner, I can smell it. It's almost ready. What I'm saying is, EJ's chomping down his rice and chicken, rice and beef. You got any coleslaw with that, EJ?
Nah.
You put any coleslaw on the chicken, or do you put the coleslaw on top of the rice? How you do it? Coleslaw on top of the chicken or coleslaw on top of the rice? How you do it?
It wasn't coleslaw and chicken, but listen.
Yeah.
AJ.
He's gonna go out there and he's gonna pay.
AJ has to win that fight.
He doesn't have to win the fight. You don't have to win the second Usyk fight. You don't got to win it. That's what you think. You're trapped in a kind of matrix.
What do you think? If you don't have to win, what do you do?
You're trapped in a matrix of thinking he has to win. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It would be preferable or preferable. It would be preferable, but hey, sometimes you can take 2 losses and come back.
So you're already talking about losses already.
No, bro. Let me tell you something. If he doesn't win that fight,
he's gonna win or lose. But what I'm saying to you is that there's a matrix of thinking that says that if Joshua don't win the second Usyk fight, he's finished. And what I'm doing is I'm opening up.
No, I'm not talking about that.
What I'm doing is I'm opening up your minds. I'm expanding your minds.
I ain't saying he's finished.
You just said he was finished. You just said he was finished.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
You
something.
just said he was finished if you don't win the second Usyk fight. Let me tell you.
He's finished that world, getting the world title.
No. Forget.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Go
something.
ahead, Selector. Go ahead, Selector. Talk.
Break you out of this.
I'm listening, Selector. Go ahead, Selector. Talk.
Out of this matrix of thinking. Hold on. Let me break you all out of this matrix of thinking.
I don't care about if he's finished. I don't care about that. I don't care about that if he's finished.
But if Joshua loses again, he's finished. But listen.
No, I said you're finished and your channel, you're gonna have to shut your channel down. That's what I said. Go ahead. Selector. Go ahead, Selector.
But it ain't necessarily so.
That's the truth.
It ain't necessarily
You've been building your channel's been built on AJ, and if AJ goes, I don't know what you do.
The channel ain't built on AJ. The channel's built on me. The channel's built on me.
And who you built on it?
Hawkins.
And who do you build your channel on? Your channel built on AJ.
Built on me, brother. It's built on
AJ protector. AJ protector. If AJ goes, you ain't got no one to protect no more. You don't need to attack the LDBC or nothing like that because they're gone. Like they're quiet right now as well because they've been hurt. Their Wilder guys done so.
The bows are in arrow. The arrows are in their quill. Don't worry about that. The arrows are still there. The arrows are still there. They come out at any time.
That's funny, the arrows are still in their quill,
All right, so yo, I got a question.
I'll select the guy. All right, 1 minute, Rafi. I'll select the guy.
All right. So doesn't he got the machine behind him? Doesn't he have the machine behind him? Isn't Matchroom? Did they sign that new deal with the Zone? And Anthony Joshua signed that hold up, that lifetime contract with Matchroom Boxing?
Yeah, he did.
So if your number one cash cow takes the biggest L, how are you not finished? How are you not finished? Huh?
How are you not finished? Well, you come again. You come again.
Anthony Joshua. Let me tell you something.
You reload and come again. Rewind.
Let me tell you something. Anthony Joshua is like Bitcoin. All right, he's like Bitcoin to Matchroom Boxing. All those other coins there, they're all coins. They're not really doing the numbers that Bitcoin's doing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not doing them numbers like Bitcoin's doing. You feel me? So you got to understand that Anthony Joshua is the prized possession. He's the gold standard for Matchroom Boxing. Yeah. He's the number one top dog there. So at the end of the day, if he loses to another fighter that's not signed to Matchroom, what is the other fighter going to do? Immediately, he will work out a deal to go and fight Tyson Fury for undisputed. If Tyson Fury hypothetically wins that fight, Anthony Joshua will never ever get a rematch against get a fight against Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury will give Deontay Wilder a fight next before he gives Anthony Joshua a fight.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You didn't see how low the PPV sales were for that. You didn't see.
You're not understanding. You're not understanding. Eddie Hearn.
That's a downward trend, my friend. That's a downward trend.
Good luck. Okay, Top Rank is its own entity. They're with ESPN. Good luck telling ESPN that we have to give Tyson Fury over to that zone, so he could fight against Anthony Joshua. ESPN's not going to do that fight. ESPN doesn't care about Dillian White. You need to understand. You guys need to understand. The reality is. They don't care about Dillian White. Dillian White doesn't move the needle he doesn't move the needle anywhere. So only to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn has his loyalty to Dillian White because Dillian White is loyal to Eddie Hearn, which is understandable. You see what I'm saying?
Well, Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, I don't know if they.
No. What I'm trying to say is
I don't know if they move the needle.
What I'm trying to say is Tyson Fury would rather do that. He won't give Anthony Joshua that fight.
Well, that's cool.
He won't give him if he has.
But Tyson Fury or Deontay the Bronze Bomber They don't need them. They don't move the needle unless they're fighting each other.
You're not understanding. Yeah, they do move the needle. They
I
do move the
understand
needle.
perfectly well. They don't move the needle.
They move the needle. Listen, Anthony Joshua with no belt. Anthony Joshua with no belt doesn't even move the zone.
Don't move the needle. Anthony Joshua with no
No,
belt.
he doesn't even move the zone. He doesn't move the zone. He doesn't move Matchroom. He needs those belts. Those belts help move Matchroom, bro. That's the reality of things.
Anthony Joshua without the belt doesn't move no needle. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you right now, if he loses to Usyk, he better go and pay that money, bro. Because if he loses to Usyk,
you're shifting in the sand. You're shifting in the sand. I asked you a specific question, my friend.
All right, what's the question?
I said, you know what the damn question is? I said, you said Anthony. I'm asking if you're saying that Anthony Joshua without the belt don't move no needles.
That's right. He's 100% right. Don't move nothing. 100%. That's right. He don't sell no numbers, nothing. Without the belts, he ain't shifting nothing. You ain't doing no stadiums. Hell no, you ain't doing no stadiums. You going back to your cool smooth shows. That's a whole fact. Yeah, he's telling the truth. And you know the thing is, that's why Anthony Joshua has to win the rematch because he has to, because you stay in the sweepstake, because when you lose that, the rematch clause is the only thing holding him on. He has to win. That's why he's gone to America. That's why he's trying to. Hold up, Rafi. Rafi, don't let me have to mute you, Rafi. Rafi, don't let me have to mute you, Rafi, because I have to mute you, Rafi. Don't let me have to mute you, Rafi, because you keep talking over, right? He's gonna have to win that rematch to get himself in the sweep. Look at this guy. See, this guy don't listen, innit? See, you have to put him on the mute. See, look at that. He don't listen. Yeah, he's gonna have to win the rematch. Look at this. I'm gonna have to win the rematch. Yeah, I'm gonna mute him a bit. He has to win the rematch. Yeah, for him to stay relevant. And he can still, but he ain't gonna be the stadium fights. The $1 million paydays can't be there because there's no belt on the center.
Crazy, right?
Nah, he ain't. It's true, man. You know that, man. My man, El Selector, Bo Selector knows what he's talking about, bro. He knows.
Bo Selector.
Yeah.
Rewind my selector. Listen, if you seriously think EJ Boxing Live, if you seriously think that Joshua loses all his cachet, that's the word for the evening.
Using some of his cachet.
That's the word for the evening.
Some of the cachet.
That's the word for the evening. If you think that Anthony Joshua loses his cachet by a second loss to Usyk, you are out of
bro, you know, hey, listen, you know, a lot of people jump off the bandwagon, after the manner of the way he lost. He lost a big lump, getting smacked around by this little guy, bruh. People couldn't take it. If he loses, it's like when he lost to that big blubber, Ruiz. People were laughing at him it was a laughing stock. Losing to that 10 belly guy. Now he's losing to some little midget running around the ring. People couldn't understand it. So he gonna lose mad cachet if he loses to Usyk. And you know, furthermore, if he gets stopped by Usyk, he's done. Yeah, Rafi,
let me tell you something. If he loses to Usyk, you're gonna see how Matchroom starts to treat him. You're gonna start to see a lot of people start to kind of you're gonna start to see a lot of people just out of nowhere do swift shifts on him and 360 change ups, and he's gonna start to see who really's on his corner. His best bet is he's gonna hit. Yeah, they're gonna switch sides on him very quickly.
I thought it was cool. Why you want me to homie? What's going on?
Go look how former boxers from Matchroom, once they lost a title, go listen to what's said after about him. Go listen how they're tuned towards Matchroom.
Look how they treat Kell Brook. Look how they treat. Anyway, before you go, Rafika, I know you. Look how they treat Kell Brook. Let's just let you know how Eddie Hunt treated him. Let me ask a question: is Canelo Alvarez the greatest Mexican fighter right now? Or where would you put him now? Like, you know, with this win?
I mean, there's an argument. I mean, hey, I think he's damn good. But was he not given that 168 title by the was he not anointed with that title by the WBC, or did he actually win it? Did he actually win his initial title 168 with the WBC, or was he awarded that?
I don't know. You know, I'm not too sure.
He was awarded that. Correct me in the chat. If he was awarded that by the WBC.
Because Thingy couldn't make the weight. Benavidez couldn't make the weight, so the belt was vacant. I think he won a vacant belt. I don't think he was awarded it. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, no, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think when he beat Rocky from Stocky, that's why I think that's when he got the belt. Rocky, because I think they made Rocky the actual champion, and then he beat Rocky. So that's how he got that one. But you see, the thing is, yeah, in terms of the greatest Mexican champion, that's what I want to hear. What do you think? Would you where'd you put him? Go ahead.
Well, you're saying he's the first Mexican boxer to get to become undisputed at 168, but I don't know if that's actually true.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. That's actually true.
He's the first. He's the first.
There's never been no undisputed champion at 168, so he's the first guy to do that.
Hold on, but there initially was there's no four belt.
No, but no one even held 3 belts. So there was no one in the history of 168.
So when there was two belts available, and somebody and a Mexican won 2 belts.
168 came in 1990. So when it came in 1990, there was 3 belts because Mike Tyson, when he won 88, there was a 3 belt era. So they came in the 3 belt era, and no one's ever. Crawford had 2 of them, and then if he beat Sakio Bita, because Sakio Bita came, he would have been undisputed, but he didn't want to fight him. You know what I mean? So he didn't become undisputed, but he was like the nearest one to be undisputed, Crawford, but he didn't do it. So Canelo was the first.
You got to give the man his props. I mean, you got to give the man his props. Does that mean he's the best Mexican fighter of all times? I mean, the jury's out. The jury's out on. I mean, what about Julio Cesar Chavez?
Yes.
I mean, how is he? How is he better than? Is he better than Chavez already at this stage in his career?
That's what we're saying.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Is he in the top 10? Where would you put him?
Well, I don't know. I think time will tell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I want to see the facts and the stats.
I give you facts and stats. Oscar, I give you facts and
same
stats.
thing. I was saying the same thing, bro. Time will tell, bro. We got to see how his career ends, bro.
We got to see how the damn thing turns out. We're gonna see how the damn thing turns out. Who's he supposed to be up against next? Benavidez or Charlo? What if one of them takes him out? And then the next one takes him out. What if he gets taken out by Jamal? Which I don't think he will. But what if he gets taken out by Jamal? And then what if he gets taken out by Benavidez? I don't know. What if he gets taken out by what's his name? Beterbiev. What if he gets taken out by Bivol? You know what I'm saying? So it's a bit early. It's a bit early in the day.
Hey, Rafi, your number one friend that's jumped in. Fight Doctor. Introduce yourself, Fight Doctor.
Fight Doctor's in the house on Rick James status as always. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What's going on, Fight Doctor? Come on, jump into the conversation, Fight Doctor, because I know you want to come in. Fight Doctor's been watching for a while. Come on,
come on in, man. Come on. Talk that talk. Come on with it.
So listen. Alvarez fought a good fight over the weekend. He beat a good fighter, right? He's pound for pound number 1, no question in my mind. But there have been a lot of great fighters to come out of Mexico who've shown a lot of heart and skill and determination. So I don't know that I'm ready to put him on top of some of those other greats, who have come out of Mexico. I think he still has more to prove. And look, I don't know that anyone was ready to put him number 1 as far as out of Mexico prior to his last 4 fights. And to be completely honest with you, I mean, listen, what has he done in his last 4 fights? Who's he beat? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, out of his last 4 fights, he's beat 1 good fighter and 3 tomato cans. So I didn't know that the bar was set so low that to be the best fighter out of Mexico, all you had to do was have a good career and then cap it off by beating 1 good fighter and knocking over 3 more tomato cans. So no, I'm not ready to put him as the best fighter out of Mexico. No.
Who would you put? What's your top 5?
Well, I mean, so Sanchez, Chavez, I would put Morales up there.
What about Marquez? You got Marquez up in there?
I would, at this point, I think I would still rate Marquez over Alvarez. Yes. Marquez was a tremendous fighter. And he does have the knockout over Pacquiao.
So what does he have to do to put you change your mind? What would that? Would it be a Beterbiev? Would it be a Usyk? I think if he beats Usyk, I think that would be it, man. But Would you?
Well, I mean, if he were to go up to heavyweight and beat Usyk, then at that point, we can start having the conversation about the best ever.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah. If he were to go up to heavyweight, beat Usyk, then yeah, I would. I think at that point we can start talking about not just the best out of Mexico, the best ever.
I think
that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. Then we'll start maybe putting him in that Roy Jones conversation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he beats Usyk though.
We'll put him in that Roy Jones.
But beating Caleb Plant. I mean, yeah, Plant was a good fighter, but that's not the caliber of win that puts you over the likes of a Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's not.
So making 10 defenses of undisputed in this era, would that solidify him? I think that would be pretty good.
So yeah. On the one hand, you have Deontay Wilder. On the other hand, you have Muhammad Ali. Both of them defended their title 10 times in a row. But are we going to put Deontay Wilder next to Muhammad Ali just because he defended a paper title 10 times? No.
Hell no.
Yeah, he was
no.
If he was undisputed though, like Wilder had one belt, Ali was the undisputed. He was the main. There was only one belt.
Yes.
Well, listen.
There was multiple belts, but Ali
no, there wasn't multiple belts. Ali, there was only one belt. What are you talking about? That's what Ali had. There was only one belt when Ali was fighting. He was the number one. There weren't no multiple belts.
You mean there wasn't the WBA?
No, of course not. Of course not. When you see Ali holding up no WBC, of course not. Rafi, you have to Rafi. Of course not, man. You know what Ali was fighting, bro? Ali finished the last fight against Larry Holmes, bro. That was 980, right? The WBC just came in 980 around that time. Come on, man. Rafi, come on, man.
Let's have a look.
You don't need to have a look. I know you still Rafi. MMA Rafi. Ali ain't got no WBC. There's no need to have to look. There's no WBC belt he's holding.
All right, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, I don't need to find out. I'm telling you what it is. Now let's keep it going. You look. Go ahead, fight, doctor. Book some sets.
So let me answer the question in terms of having 10 title defenses of the undisputed title. Does it matter that you're undisputed if during the course of defending your title as undisputed, you knock over 10 tomato cans?
No, but you can't knock over 10 tomato cans when you're undisputed. You have to fight the very best because they're the number one contenders. That's the whole point. That's why it's so hard to hold on to your belt. When you hold on to that belt, your matchmakers are not involved. There's guys earning the right to fight you. That's why it's so hard to do that. You know what I mean? If you got one belt, then it's understandable. But you've got undisputed, that means you got a myriad of top tier competition, number one in each sanction, everybody looking to knock you off. That's very hard.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because honestly, when is the last time we've seen a mandatory challenger who the consensus thought had a good shot at beating the sitting champion?
Errol Spence, Kell Brook.
How long ago was that?
No, you didn't answer that. That's not what you said. Now you asked me when.
Okay, but the question was don't
be playing that game because I could even go further. But I can keep going on though. There's loads of guys. There's Tim Bradley when he came over and beat Junior Witter. There's loads of guys when they were. This is what I'm gonna say. When you hold on to the belt, when you're on the belt. See pro boxing. This is how pro boxing. Unlike amateurs, right? Amateurs, you're maxed up by your win records and your age usually, right? So you got the same age. And you got the same kind of record. So he's got 1-0, you got 1-0, you fight. So the fights are going to be even every single time in amateur. So he got 15-0, you got 15 fights. Maybe you lost a couple, but you had 15 fights. But you're around the same age. That's how you match up. When you get into the tournaments, anything goes. You can go from fighting a guy with 5 bouts to 50 bouts in a tournament. So that's what amateurs so hold. In the professional game, up until when you become a champion, you're matchmade carefully. But when you come, that's why guys, when they get the belt, they vacate the belt because the next contender will knock them off. So if he holds onto the belt, fighting number one contenders, this is different, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's hard to do in this day and age. Like 10 defenses against guys you're not matched against to win. That's very hard. Come on.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. All right. So you gave the example of Kell Brook and Errol Spence, and then you also gave the example of Tim Bradley and Junior Witter, which Tim Bradley, Junior Witter, that fight was a very long time ago. But it's my contention that fights like Tim Bradley Jr. winner, or fights where the mandatory is of some substance and quality, like what you had with Tim Bradley and Junior Witter, like what you had with Errol Spence and Kell Brook, those are the exceptions and not the rule. Typically, the rule is when you have these mandatories, they're the Yildirims of the world.
Okay. I got one more. So Alexander Usyk, mandatory for Anthony Joshua. Was he easier Yildirim?
No, he wasn't. But I'm glad you brought that example up, because let's go back and look at that. What were the odds on that fight? I mean, how many people were actually picking Usyk to win the fight?
You know why though? Because Eddie Hearn devalued him by putting him against the AJ protectors, isn't it? What's his name? The Tony Bellews and Derek Chisoras to devalue him. So when the odds would be like that, but everyone knows he's a top tier guy, and the Tim Witherspoons, and that was Eddie Hearn, because Eddie. So to fight AJ, he had to come under Matchroom's umbrella, so that he signed a deal with Matchroom, a 5-fight deal. That's how he got in that. That's why, and they got forced to fight that fight. They didn't want to fight him, but again, it's the match. But the matchmaker couldn't do nothing about it, because if they wanted to match, they wouldn't match that. AJ would never fight that guy, but he earned the right to fight him, and therefore it's hard to do the defense. Is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why some people pay step aside the money to avoid people. The coming time Lennox Lewis was paid money to step aside against Mike Tyson, so Mike Tyson could fight. So what I'm saying is that when people earn the right to fight you, you're on a slippery slope. You could lose your title. You know, that's how it is, Fight Doctor. But sometimes they are embarrassing, but sometimes they're not. In time, more time they're not. In fact,
right. But then also that's assuming that Alvarez would honor his mandatories, which, you know, given. I mean, let's go back to the Floyd Mayweather era, right? I mean, how often were the sanctioning bodies forcing mandatories down his throat, right? I suspect the case would be similar with Alvarez. I don't think that the sanctioning bodies are going to be forcing mandatories down his throat. No, because they want to make sure that they stay in his good graces, so they can collect those sanctioning fees. Now, having said that,
breaking news. Okay, in February the 78th, make sure I'm visible. In February 78, Ali lost the heavyweight title to 1976 Olympic champion Leon Spinks. However, that was in February. On September the 15th, 1978, Ali fought a rematch in the New Orleans, Louisiana Superdome against Spinks for the WBA version of the heavyweight title. So whoever said that Muhammad Ali never won the WBA title, that's a damn lie.
No, I said the WBC. You said I said WBC.
Don't talk to your mouth full.
Nah. Yeah, because hold up. This ain't your show, so I can mute you anytime. I said WBC, so check the archive, not WBA.
What did you say?
Wait, can I interject for a second, please? Regarding this WBA, WBC business.
I gotta go for my dinner, so let me just say this. On September the 15th, 1978, Muhammad Ali fought a rematch in the New Orleans, Louisiana Superdome against Spinks for the WBA version of the heavyweight title. Now, anybody who said that they didn't say that, well, that's whatever. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It's been great. It's been emotional. It's been the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio on EJ Boxing Live. Salute goes out to the chat to El Selector, the Fight Doctor, EJ Boxing Live himself, and of course, signing out, the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Good day, gentlemen.
And that was Mr. Raphael Dawkins. But yeah, so listen, I don't think that it matters that Alvarez is undisputed, because in the sense that he's still going to look. Alvarez is the most protected fighter in the sport. That's been my contention for a while now. And just because now he's quote unquote undisputed at 68, I don't believe that status will change. I think he's going to remain the most protected fighter in the sport. I think he's going to remain the highest paid cherry picker in the sport. Now, I don't think that Caleb Plant was a cherry pick, but his 3 previous fights certainly looked and smelled like cherry pie, in my estimation. So I don't think that trend is going to change anytime soon. I think he's still going to be very careful. I think his opponents will still be very carefully selected, and it will be, the lowest risk for the highest reward, which is essentially what he's been doing for the last 4 fights. So, and it doesn't matter that he's undisputed, because at the end of the day, Alvarez transcends belts. He's the face of boxing, or at least he's the face of boxing on this side of the pond. So, the question has to be asked: who needs who? Does Alvarez need the belts, or do the belts need Alvarez? And I suspect it's less of the former, more of the latter. So given that, there's some talk about Charlo will be next, and while I think Charlo is a good fight, of the 3 or 4 fights that I think Alvarez needs to take next, that the Charlo fight would rank 3rd or 4th. If this guy is really chasing legacy, then I would suggest the fights that he needs to take would be the fights that he would need to take is Beterbiev or Benavidez, in that order.
That ain't gonna make him the greatest Mexican.
Well, listen. Yeah, but what does Jamel Charlo do for Alvarez at this point in his career?
Nothing.
Okay, so beating Beterbiev, beating Benavidez does more, because Benavidez is in your weight class.
You're right. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but Benavidez is in your weight class and is the rightful owner of one of those belts you're parading around with, right? That's number one. Number two, Beterbiev is a stiffer challenge than Charlo. So, those are the 2 fights I want to see. Not that I don't want to see a Charlo fight, I do, but I think he has more important business to take care of if legacy is the question here.
Yo, I got a question though. You guys don't think the Charlo fight is important, right? But don't you notice him and Charlo are identical in age? They're virtually in their prime as far as men go. And you know how the sport of boxing goes. If these two never fight each other, people will sit down there and wonder for years. You'll see, like 20 years from now, it might not be us, but it'll be a bunch of other guys sit down there saying, look, he didn't fight Charlo when Charlo was in his prime. Canelo Alvarez, Charlo's an undefeated fighter. Canelo Alvarez needs to start defeating and taking some of these undefeated fighters, their records away from them. He did that with Billy Joe. He did that with Caleb Plant. But now there's 2 African-American fighters that he needs to fight. And people will start pulling out that too. What prime African-American boxers did he beat? Look at his track record. Who are the prime boxers that he beat while they were African-American in their primes? There's 2 of them sitting around right now. There's Jamal Charlo, and some can make that argument, Demetrius Andrade. Those are 2 important fights for him. Charlo especially, just because of the fact that they're the same age. They both, I understand Canelo. Black people have favored Canelo winning that. But Charlo's no tough. He's never been knocked down. He's never been knocked down or knocked out before. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can I chime in on that real quick? So the Charlo fight was important when Alvarez was at 160. That's when he should have fought Charlo, right? He should have fought Charlo while he was still at 160. He's at 168 now. Charlo is a non-factor at 168 pounds. Right?
Yeah, but Canelo, though, he fluctuates in weight. He could go right down to 160 right now and fight him.
Yeah, but Alvarez is on record saying he's not going back to 160. So if you're not
that, they can meet him at a catch weight. You can meet him at a catch weight. You can meet him at 166.
Okay, but meanwhile, you have Benavidez and you have Beterbiev.
No, but you're not understanding though. But you're not.
We got. You know, I agree with you though. But they have to move up, and he's the weight division. Make themselves Manti challenger to go through.
But they're not. But fams,
he ain't coming down. He's the A side. He's the A side. He's not going to do no catch weight.
But fams, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Those are glory fights, though. Okay, listen. Okay, yeah, the money this.
We'll
keep talking money, but let's be real. 98% of boxers or 95 boxers do not retire and continue to keep all that money. So let's just be, it's not about the money. It's more of a glory fight. That's a glory fight for him. Those two fighters are two fighters.
Yeah.
Billy Joe, what Billy Joe moved up? What did Billy
the Charlo brothers and Dre, they need to get that Triple G scout to put them.
Triple G is, bro, no disrespect. Triple G is 40 years old, man. The guy is 40 years old, man. He's 40 years old.
He's still the best in the division.
Dude, the guy hasn't fought. I haven't even seen a Triple G fight. How long? Like, does he even get shown anymore?
Yeah,
man, come on, man. Who's Triple G doesn't want to fight anybody but Canelo? So you can't chase Triple G around. Canelo finished him off. That's done. That's finished. Them brothers ain't. Them brothers.
The only way they get in a fight.
He took his soul.
If they're not moving up, we don't have to talk over each other. If they're not going to move up in super, that's why we're talking about who's in the super middleweight or the division above. He ain't gonna go up.
There's nobody, fams. There's nobody, bro. He
ain't gonna go fight up. He's not gonna go up either. He's gonna stay there. I think he's found he's comfortable weight. He's gonna stay at 168. And beat all comers and make himself like a 10-weight defense.
Yeah. So, but here's the deal, right? So I'm fine with him staying at 168 pounds. I've got no problem with that. But if you're going to stay at 168, then he needs to clean out the division.
Yeah, but I mean, people talk about clean out. Let's beat the best contenders. We'd be good with that. Let's beat the best contenders. Like, for me, there's never clean out. There's always a contender. There's always someone next. But if you can make 10 defense of the best guys who they say are the best, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at the best contender. I got the top 10 in front of me, and he beats every one of them. You got John Ryder, Annie Durrell, you got Danny Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? He already fought. We got Dave Lemieux, you know what I'm saying? There's no one here, Fedor Chudinov. There's no one here. Benavidez is the best number one American prospect to just try and do him up. And like, does anyone give him? I don't give him. I gave Benavidez a chance before, but I don't give him much of a chance now. Like, what do you guys think?
I agree.
Well, we need to see that fight.
A chance either.
We need to see that fight. I mean, Alvarez needs to fight Benavidez, right? That's a fight.
People are speculating. They're speculating that they'll fight on Cinco de Mayo next year.
Yeah, that's great.
That's what we're hearing. Cinco de Mayo. That could be a fight. They could even do that in Las Vegas. They could even do that in Mexico. They could do that in Aztec Arena, Aztec Stadium over there. That'd be a big fight. You know what I mean? They could do that fight. You know, but that's as far as it goes. You know what I mean?
Did the Benavidez move up though? Didn't he move up to light heavy? Didn't he move up?
He's at 168. 168 still.
Okay. Yeah, if he can stay at that weight, I think he can beat him. He can't make the weight though. He struggles with the weight. You know what I mean? I light heavyweight. Now look at light heavyweight. Look at the top 10. Yeah, you got like he already beat Callum Smith already. You got Lyndon Arthur, Gilbert Ramirez. That's a fight. You also got who's this Maxine Sutton? The Maxine guy, the Russian guy. Recently, he got a draw. I think it was Joe Smith Jr. I think there's that guy. There's Dmitry Bivov. There's Bert Beef, there's Badu Jack. Like most of these guys, Alauda Alvarez. It's a shame, and most of these guys should have bloody moved down. Marcus Brown. Like the light heavyweight division is very, very good, but that's why Canelo ain't got them kind of opposition at that super middleweight. It's like weak, man. It's weak, man. It's a shame, but you know, that's boxing for you, man. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't got him the greatest Mexican, but he's definitely making his way up there to be one of the greatest Mexicans. Even when they're one of the greatest fighters right now. What you guys think?
No, I see what you're saying, bro. But like, yo, fam, like I was saying before, that's a fight that, he has a lot of fighters that he has to fight. People are gonna use that against him, bro. They're gonna use that against him, bro. I know how boxing is, bro. They're gonna use that against him, bro. You gotta fight these guys. He should get rid of Charlo. I think he should be like Charlo should be priority number 1 for him. Personally, I'll be like, you know what, Charlo? Yo, meet me. I'll just be like, yo, I'm gonna get rid of this guy because this guy right now is undefeated. He's a Black American fighter. I haven't fought any Black American fighters in a freaking long time since Danny Jacobs, and he wasn't yet. He had a couple losses under his belt. You see what I'm saying? Controversial loss, and the one where he got like put to sleep. But outside of that, well, he didn't get put to sleep. I don't know what happened over there. But outside of that, though, bruh. He needs that, yo. I think the Andrade run up in his press conference saying, when we gonna fight, saying you're this fighter, you're that fighter. People are gonna use that against him, bro.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
You're right, but hey, listen, I agree with you, but you know the Mexicans, the way they look, they don't have to give no one no payday. if they don't want to, and that's how it is right now. They're gonna stay in their lane, keep beating side thing. But if they keep beating these bums, and I ain't gonna give them no credit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give no credit. So I ain't gonna do
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, if he fights Berta BFP, that'll be interesting. If he fights Bivol, that's intriguing. That's an intriguing fight.
I don't think
that's an intriguing fight.
I think people
but that's as
that
far
fight.
as it goes.
Yeah, I think people,
Andrade, there's about 4 guys.
Yeah, I think. Look, this is the thing, right? If the guy, both them guys you talk about champions, right? They ain't fighting each other. They ain't getting a fight with Triple G. If they go up to 168, Canelo, there's no guarantee you're gonna fight Canelo. So they just gonna continue defending their belts and see what's going on, bro. Because this game is a game of chess, not checkers. So everyone's waiting to see someone lose before they come and step over you. Triple G needs to get that work, bro, by Demetrius, by Charlo or by Demetrius Andrade. He ain't trying to do that. He's trying to stay away. If they wanted to, they should make themselves #1 contender and force that fight. You know what I mean? Try and force the fight because these guys ain't doing that. We like the fights you want them. They don't want them. The fight you want, they don't even want to fight that fight. They talk it, but they don't really want that fight. You see, my man Marquez #1, Julio Chavez #2. You see, that's what I'm saying. VA Money Group. You see, that's what's up. And you know why he got one of Marquez? Because that Pacquiao knockout is up there, bro. Arguably, he beat Pacquiao 3 times. Those 3 times, you know. Beating Pacquiao was supposed to be a bona fide Hall of Famer, and Marquez put it on him. 4 times they went to walk, you know what I mean? That was an epic 4 fights, you know. If you watch them fights now, they're epic, you know. All 4 of them fights are epic.
No, they are. Yeah, they're epic fights. There's some classics.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like 10 years.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he doesn't have no classic, like no cult like class. Maybe he has several good beatdowns though. When he beat up James Kirkland,
yeah,
that was a classic beatdown. He has some good beatdown.
That wasn't in his corner. That's a shame though. Yeah, you're right.
Yo, bro, but yo, he was never the same. Have you seen him lately? He fought, I think, on like what did he fight on? Like some network he was fighting.
He got beat up on PBC the other day, man.
I shouldn't even be laughing, but man, I remember. Yeah. Yo, 50 Cent was promoting that guy. You know that, right?
Yeah, no. Amwolf managed him. Amwolf stopped training him like in some fight. Like Amwolf stopped training him, and they kept putting him in. Like they wait for him a year out, and he get himself in jail. It's a shame though. He was a warrior though.
Yeah,
he was a true warrior. At one, he was tough, man.
He was in and out of the bin. You're right. He was in and out of the bin too. He had some bin problems, bro. But no, definitely, bro. I thought he was a good fighter overall though.
Yeah,
I thought it was a classic beatdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, you keep talking. You were saying about the European divisions. The only reason these divisions became European because they went into the Americans left the division before coming. Now let's talk about super middleweight. You're talking about James Toney, Roy Jones Jr. You're talking about did Julian Jackson mid? No, he's light middle. You're talking about some savages, right? Even this guy,
Gerald McClellan.
Jared McClellan. You're talking
Nigel
about some.
Benn.
No. I'm talking about Americans though, right? I'm talking about like, Americans. I'm talking about the super middleweight division was sick. Tommy Hearns was there as well, right? Like you're talking about some real hardcore savages at super middleweight, right? So what the Europeans is a shit. We ain't doing shit. Wait until y'all leave that division, and we gonna mosey our ass in there. And that's what happened in the other divisions, right? Because like you said, most of the Americans in different sports, boxing ain't attractive no more because you know the African American fighters get robbed or you get downloaded or whatever. I was watching a fight with Junior Jones the other day, and the guy hit him when he was on the canvas. His knee was on the canvas. The guy hit him in the head. The referee let the fight continue, and he lost because his head was still buzzed from being hit on the canvas. I was like, yo, how the heck do you let that happen? Oh, because like you know, he hit him on the canvas, and I'm like, to some of the stuff they let African Americans get away with. They did to African Americans. Some people like, yo, I ain't fighting no more. Then you got the fight with Mayweather and Ortiz. Like this guy literally jumped off his feet and headbutted Mayweather. You know what I mean? Then Mayweather, sucker punched that bitch ass, and then all of a sudden Mayweather's getting latly. They're going after Mayweather. I'm like, hell no, bruh. This dude headbutted me in the face, and so when people see that shit, they're like, yo. Even in the ring, you're not even protected, bro. You know what I mean? So you look at these sort of things, yeah. And certain people are getting fair deal. And you think, nah, the African American fight don't get looked after. Even by the referee.
The problem too, though, is also you gotta understand the gyms, right? Like
hit him with elbows. Hey, Draymond Green hit him with elbows. Listen, bro, he flew for him and hitting more elbows, but they would do even the elbows, yeah, right? He pushed them off with. A man headbutted him, bro, and he had to jump off his feet to do so. That's some serious shit. Like hell no, bro. Hell, whatever Mayweather did after that, he deserved. In my opinion, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Eye for
yo.
eye. Go ahead.
Nah, you're right. But yo, the thing is too, remember, like a lot of African Americans, the problem is it was the gyms, right? There's not that many gyms like there used to be. Like
What?
you know what I mean?
Man,
In
you
every
crazy, man.
neighborhood. No. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. In
All right,
every
go ahead.
neighborhood, there used to be gyms. So you can go to the gym. There's gyms all over the place. Let me tell you something though. You can find an AAU basketball team in every neighborhood. You can find a what do you call it? You can find a football team in every single neighborhood.
Mhm.
The white neighborhoods and the black neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? You can find an AAU team. Dude, I know dudes who get cut from one AAU team, one AAU basketball team that summer, and then the next day they go to another team and they don't like that team, and then they go to another team and they don't like that
But
team.
that's the same with
That's what
baseball,
I'm
though.
saying. It's so accessible.
That's the same with baseball, though. Like,
The
yeah, you're right.
accessibility.
You're right. That's the same with baseball, right? Because baseball, and you had the black players and that black players in their own league, and it was, you know, they merged into the league, right? Jackie Robinson, right?
Yeah.
But then you're like, all of a sudden, each year, each decade,
city.
each decade, you saw less and less African Americans playing baseball when they had their own leagues with how many players? It's like when they crossed over, you see Jackie Robinson, they let him come over, but I realized they didn't let all the African Americans come over. That's why baseball, there's hardly they selected certain African American players coming over. Not every African American, they had to be exceptional, but not all of them got over. And consequently, then you look at baseball. Darryl Strawberry, your Bojacks. You look at what's his name, Thingy Bonds. Like the African American players in baseball is done now. In boxing, Wilder's the last kind of guy trying to hold it. You got Big Baby and you got the merge and stuff like that. That's why the Klitschko's had free reign, because the African American guys down there, they damn near get cheated, not getting a payday. They struggle in the 90s. This is what happened in the 90s. This is what happened in the 90s, bro. Yeah, this is what happened in the 90s. In the 90s, they all got treated like shit, bro. So when the 90s they got treated like shit, half them guys, yeah, they nothing came back. The guys weren't producing. The Don King era, robbing guys and this. Yo, where they come going in this shit? He gonna rob me. Tim Witherspoons, all the great prospects, yeah, come out of America. They said loudest shit. Now, all the great prospects, you see them coming from Cuba now. The Frank Sanchez's, you got the Ortiz's. So there's still like great fighters coming through. But the thing is, guys ain't trying to, I want to be the heavyweight champion no more. That's not a goal no more. But in the UK, it's still kind of goal. Like you got Tyson Fury. Like Tyson Fury, you know, how would Tyson Fury fare against a prime Tim Witherspoon, against a prime this guy and that guy? You be in there, but you know, you got to
also too, fams. Also too, you gotta understand, like everybody's playing football, bro. Everybody's trying to be in the NFL, bro. Let me tell you, everyone's getting that scholarship to go to, you know what I mean, D1, D2, D3, or even nowadays, them dudes who can't play, they'll go to HBCUs and play at A. They play for the SWAC conference. They'll play. That's what everyone's doing. Everyone's playing football, bro. Everyone's playing football.
I'm not disputing that. I know that. I'm not
That's
disputing
what, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. So that's what, if everyone started playing boxing, if everyone was boxing, the UK wouldn't even exist. Boxing in the UK wouldn't exist.
The UK always
no,
exists.
Fams.
Nah, the UK always exists. But America's better. America's better. America's no. I agree with you, but America's better because you have a whole country, you have a whole continent. But so in the UK, we always had contenders all the time. America don't care about boxing.
Listen to what I'm saying though, fams.
America don't care about boxing right now.
Imagine 20 million brothers all play boxing. Imagine 20 million brothers.
You got a lot of boxers, but they don't care. 20 million you got a lot of them.
No, you got a lot of Americans. That's what I'm trying to say. If there were all the brothers were boxing, instead of all the brothers playing football, the amount of football players, bro, I don't think you understand the amount of football players.
No, but you don't. What you're missing? What you're missing here? What you're missing?
No, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Hold on. What you're missing is the trainers, though. No. It's not the numbers, bro. It's the trainers, bro. It's not the numbers. It's the trainers. They could all be in boxing, but if they're not trained properly, go ahead.
Fams. Listen to what I'm saying. All the guys, all the old heads, the old head dudes from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, all those trainers have passed. Yes. But let me tell you something. All those guys who were training in think the problem is people don't pick up the sport no more. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And
but I agree with you. We're not disagreeing.
Listen, we're not disagreeing. And let me tell you something. If all those old heads started to pick up the boxing books and open up their gyms and started training and studying the game of boxing, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, you would have 20 million brothers boxing right now.
I'm not disagreeing with you though. I'm not. You understand? I'm not disagreeing with you though. I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I'm saying to you is this: that ain't the case. And most of the trainers, yeah, like Mr. James and Bashir, they went to Europe. They started training them. Look at Sugar Hill. How Tyson Fury come all the way to America and go to the crump when Wilder's in America. He don't go there when he's part of the States. You know what I'm saying?
Wilder's a football player, fam. So
Hear what I'm saying to you, bro. I'm trying to say to you, if you're a guy and you want to be the best, you find the best trainer, right? Lennox Lewis, he from the UK, right? He went with Manuel Stewart because Manuel Stewart said the guys in American don't want to listen no more. They don't want to listen. So you got that aspect as well. They think they know everything. So even the guys you're talking about, the 20, the 30, they all have an ego and they all think they're better. So these guys ain't listening, bro. Wilder himself is bloody an idiot. Like straight out idiot. Like you got all the crump and all the history, like you said, the Midwest and all that. You go all over the place to get the best trainers, anything. He let Tyson Fury come from the UK and go and get Manuel Stewart's nephew. Why couldn't he do that? Why couldn't he invest in that? And why couldn't any of the other guys try and find the best trainers to get them ready for what they need to do? None of them have done that. And consequently, other people from Europe are going in. That's what's happening. If Klitschko wouldn't have been successful if an American trainer, Manuel Stewart, didn't go over there with him, right? So that's what made Klitschko's legacy. Same with now you got Tyson Fury. You got Javon Hill with Tyson Fury. So the American trainers, yeah, in America can't train the young guys because the young guys don't want to listen to the American trainers. So that's what's going on right now. You got a whole bit of egos and people don't want to listen. So that's why consequently is paying out. Now in the lower weights, you still nice, but bro, even them divisions, yeah, like they're holding on. Like who's the next Terence Crawford? We got Innes coming up. You got Crybaby Stevenson, and you got who else you got over there? You got Tank Davis. You got some guys like that, yeah, coming through. But like in the day, like we it's a handful. Before you had like many. Fight Doctor can talk on that joint. I know Fight Doctor. No, there was many Meldrick Taylors. Every division there was fly Americans coming through, but they weren't. But you know what it was, my man Elza Sector? They never got respect, man. They never got respected. They didn't get respected. Like the American public's like, oh, there's another black guy. They don't care. But in the UK, if they came over here, they were respected. That's why guys used to come to the UK, fight the UK, because we honor and respect the champions. You know what I mean? We still kind of revere our champions like that. James Toney Toney
said that.
Yeah, he came over. I was there when he came over.
Over there.
Yeah, he came over in the Yorko. Yeah, the Yorko. I was there when he came over. Yeah, he came over. I was there when he came over. We met Andy Joshua that day, and he's like, yo, the UK is where it's at because they respect the Americans. Americans don't respect the Americans. You got people like Larry Merchant over there, Jim Lampley. They're just disrespecting your fighters every day. Look on your talk shows. Look at the way they talk about LeBron. Look how they're talking about. Why are they talking about Westbrook like he's garbage? The man averaged triple doubles for the last three. I remember before, like people didn't think that was even possible. The man's averaging a triple double, and they talking like him, talking terrible about him. Back in the days, that would never happen. So what I'm saying is that there's a culture of disrespect towards the American athlete that they think like, you know what, I ain't gonna do this. I might as well go get paid in basketball and do that. Even that, they're getting disrespected. So that's what it is right now. You know what I mean? There's a whole heap of disrespect towards the American athlete. In the UK, Andy Joshua getting it as well. He over here. Look how much disrespect he getting. He weak. He ain't got a chin. Yo, he looks soft. He got mental problems. Like, man, so that's what it is right here. I'm gonna leave it as that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, bro. I see what you're saying, bro. Honestly,
there's Draymond Green and Draymond Green in the chat. James Toney got blown out by Roy Jones. That was listen, Roy Jones. James Toney struggled at the weight at that time, and he he beat him. He did beat him, but it wasn't like comprehensive. It would have been nice if he stopped James Toney. He beat him on points, but ain't no one stopping James Toney though. James Toney's a hard guy to beat though. It was that fight was just one-sided though. You know what I mean? It wasn't really one-sided.
People don't know though. James Toney used to be a football player, bro. He used to play
he did. And Upper Michigan. That's right.
When he finished high school, he switched over to boxing. Yeah, he switched over to boxing, bro. He
did. But he's trainer Bill. He's trainer Bill Miller was from the crump. This is what I'm trying to say. So you always need, as a great student, you need a great teacher behind you, and that's what you're missing if you're looking at like some of these guys. Look how Adrian Broner talked to Mike Stanford. I talked to Mike Stanford. Mike Stanford's one of the only coaches who actually has amateur fighters in his camp. And he does pro fighters. He goes to me when I talk to him. He got some twins coming through. They're gonna be better than Adrian Broner. He got some guys coming through are looking the light. So he's one of them own guys like Manuel Stewart producing amateurs and bringing through. But you guys would never know that, like, because most of the time people just out and out disrespecting the old trainers, man. Like it's ridiculous. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say to you. So when you talk about the numbers, I'm talking like, yo, as long as these guys can come in and have the respect for the old timers, but even if they do, right, you got the networks putting hand on them. That's why Al Heyman's so necessary to make sure these guys get respected. But I think he coddles them too much, though. He gives them respect, but I think he coddles a lot of the American fighters too much and protects them a bit too much and not letting them, letting them get the respect, man. That's what I think, because you can't be giving guys money to duck people. Like Kid Chocolate got money to duck Matt Carbo, man. What's crazy? Like ducking dudes, like you getting paid to duck. I mean,
I see what you're saying.
See, where's Kid Chocolate now? He was he was hungry at the time, innit? Kid Chocolate, I wanted him to fight Triple G, and that never happened, bro. He just disappeared off the scene. He was a hungry dude. So a lot of Al Heyman's fighters, they be eating like too much. Their bellies are built, their bellies are big. Danny Garcia eating money every minute. Like that guy can't even move. He's made so much money. So guys need to reinvest back into the sport. And
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I agree with you on that standpoint. No, I agree with you on that.
And you got Bruce Ennis looks good in that. I like Bruce Ennis looks like one old timer. He fights like one of them old timer fighters from back in the days. That's why he looks so good, right? But it's like, okay, so when Bruce Ennis gets, they're gonna give him respect. You got, Kiss Coburn and some of them guys with his little orange hair or pink hair, whatever he does, because cancer awareness and stuff like that. You got them guys coming through. But when they get on the stage, you got these pencil necks looking to disrespect them. You know what I mean? Just putting it on them. That's why Crawford doesn't like the media. That's why no one disses him, because Crawford don't talk to them. He don't talk to no one for them to diss him. You know what I'm saying? But Bob Arum came out and said, "I'm paying him too much money." I mean, shit, come on, stealing money. That's what my man.
$5. You're saying Sterling.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the realism of what's going on in the UK. Over here in the UK, we respect you American guys. Guys could come over here in America. Like Wilder came over, people gave him mad love. The only one disrespecting was Tony Bellew, and he was looking to whoop his ass.
Scared, bro. It seemed like everybody was scared of him, though. It seemed like Wilder.
No, I was there. No, they loved. No, love Wilder, man. No, Wilder got mad respect when he came over. Oh, okay. But it was just Tony Bellew.
But yo, do you think Eddie Hearn has a lot to say in that? Because Eddie Hearn's like
Eddie Hearn. What happened? Wilder came over for the Klitschko Joshua fight, right? They announced him in the studio in the arena. Everyone's like, "Oh, Wilder's here, yeah, great." Ever like Wilder was cool, giving an autograph, and then Tony Bellew came over. You're a bitch. He said, "What? You're a bitch." And then Alabama and his brother and them that were gonna whoop Tony Bellew. He's lucky the security was there. They were gonna smash Tony Bellew's face up because Eddie Hearn sent him over there to disrespect him. You know what I mean? And that's where that.
What's Eddie Hearn's? Why is Eddie Hearn hate like?
Because it's AJ protectors. AJ protectors, man. That's what they are. Because Wilder's anyone's a protector. He brings the AJ protectors out. You know what I mean? Rafi, see Rafi over here. Rafi, see Rafi, he's an AJ protector. You know what I'm saying? But we don't. Rafi don't get in the ring, but you know what I'm saying? The AJ protectors, man. They know what it is. And listen. I'm from the UK, but I'm gonna tell you how it is, man. Shit, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I don't care. They're over here making people look bad, making fighters look bad, and devaluing them so you don't fight AJ. That's what he tried to do with Usyk. You see, and I was trying to say to Fight Doctor, the number one contenders. In the media, they try to belittle the number one contenders are coming through, but I'm telling you, the number one contenders are legit. They've always has been. Look at that guy, Maurice Lara, right, who fought Josh Warrington. He was next to fight Josh Warrington for his belt, right? And then what they did, they vacated the belt and said, fight him. If you fight him, then if he beats you, doesn't matter. He didn't get your belt because they didn't want to make Mauricio Lara get the belt against Josh Warrington. That's how deep they are, man. That guy, that Bristol, he whooped Josh Warrington's ass. You got people like Gary Russell Jr. Got the belt over there. Like bro, that guy should be just come try and get undisputed. There's no reason why that guy couldn't be the best in his division. So guys need to step up and do something about it. He's like, this guy don't want to pay me. Yo, it don't matter how much they paying you, man. You know you're gonna win. Just win the fight and get the belt and claim your name. But Gary Russell, for whatever reason, he's eating nice. I think he's with Al Heyman, right? He's with Al Heyman, isn't he? That's why he's eating.
Fights this dude's a part. This guy got a full job somewhere else. Boxing. But boxing with Gary Russell. Gary Russell got a full job somewhere else. Like I'm convinced. Like he probably working at somewhere else. Like he's working out there somewhere, full 9-to-5 job. And then comes to boxing. Boxing's casual thing. That's like a fifth thing that he does. And he comes and fights once a year and then he disappears for whatever reason, Who's what? That's a whole nother conversation. Gary
worse?
Russell's the worst of the worst, bro.
Nah,
He's the
Triple-
worst
Triple
of
G-
the worst,
Triple-
bro. He's a
Triple G-
part-time.
Triple G's
He's a
worse, man. Triple G's worse, man.
Nah, Gary Russell.
You know
Go
why?
look at
Triple-
Gary Russell.
Gary
Since,
Russell never
like,
said he's the best. Gary Russell never said he's the best. The Triple G, they were trying to say he's better than
Fams.
Hagler, bro. They were trying to say he's better than Hagler, bro.
Fams. Gary Russell is like the freaking, what do you call it, bro? The what do you call that animal, bro, that comes out to tell us when it's gonna be winter or fall, or how many days a winter, how many days. What do you call that animal? The beaver.
The Grinch.
He's a beaver. No,
he's a beaver.
He's a beaver.
Oh man.
Yeah, he comes out he comes out in February to tell us how many days left in fall or winter, or how many days left in winter, and that's it. And then he disappears. He comes once a year, bro.
Oh, you're deep.
Go look at
You're
Gary
deep.
Russell. Go look at
I'm
Gary
not-
Russell. Since 2015, he's only fought one time every single year.
Hold up, I'm on it right now, right? So from 2015. Now it's even further than that. It's okay. From 2004 he fought December. 2015 he fought in March. 2016 he fought a year. Yeah, because he defending, because you know what it is, right? He got the WBC belt decel of Johnny Gonzalez, right? So this is what it is, right? The reason why he's only fighting once a year, because when you get the WBC belt, you only need to fight once a year. That's why.
Nah, fams. Come on, knock it off.
That's all he
knock
is.
it off, bro.
Yeah,
knock
he
it
is.
off, bro. Knock it
I'm
off.
looking
bro.
at, bro. I'm telling you the truth. You got voluntaries and you have defenses. Like you got. I'm looking. Listen, I'm telling you, bro. That's how it is.
Bro, since 2015, bro.
Bro, 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row, he fought in the same month, right? So from 2017, 2018, 2019, he fought on the 5th of each month, around the 18th round of thing. So he defended the belt when he got it. You know what I mean? That's all it is. So he's all he right. He gonna defend the belt on the 5th of this year. No shit. He didn't even fight this year, the 2001.
That's what bro. That's what I'm telling you, bro. This guy is a part-time. He's like he has another job, bro. I'm convinced he might be trucking or doing something else.
That's
bro,
crazy, bro. Yeah,
no showcase fight, no nothing, bro. Come on, man. This guy's all he does is once a year, bro. Once a year, bro. This guy doesn't.
BoxRec even took him out the rankings. Yeah, BoxRec took him out the rankings as well. They even took about their rankings, bro. That's how bad it is. I'm trying to see where he's ranked in the world. He ain't even ranked. That's crazy.
Everybody knows that.
That's crazy, man. 32. Shit, that's crazy. He got good name. He got Jojo Diaz. He got Kiko Martinez. You know what I mean? He got some good names though.
But regardless, though, once a year, bro. Come on, man. Knock it off, man. That's not even. You shouldn't be classified as a pro athlete once a year, bro.
Yeah,
come on, man. He got a whole nother job going on, bro. He has a trucking job he's doing, and he comes to boxing to collect some money, and then he goes back to his trucking job.
Oscar Valdez, Shakir Stevenson, he ain't trying to find none of them dudes there. Bro. No, actually, they're in the same weight class, eh? They ain't even in the same weight class. You see with Feather, Nah, he ain't even in the same weight class. Gary Russell Jr. needs to sort out.
He calls out people. He'll call out Tank. He'll call out Shakur. He'll call out all these guys, and then he'll disappear. Then we'll see. He'll come back the following year. He's like,
and you know the funny thing about he could beat these guys. You know, Emmanuel Narati, Kick Allahan, Ray Vargas. He can beat all these guys here. You know, Isaac Dogbo would be a great fight with him. You know, Mauricio Lara would be great. Josh Warrington is number 7 now. These are good fights. He could win.
No aspirations again, undisputed. No aspirations of unifying nothing.
So what's Triple G saying though? What's Triple Duck saying? What's Triple Duck saying? When's the last time Triple Duck fought?
Bro, who knows, bro?
Huh? You see what I'm saying? Let's go look at Triple Duck because everyone's riding Gary Russell. Let's look at Triple Duck. You know what I mean? When's the last time he fought?
Yeah, so that situation is ridiculous, and it's he
fought 2000. He fought December last year, so he fighting again this year. So he gonna fight this year because he's got one belt. He's doing one defense, so he's gonna be fighting the Japanese guy. He's another one. Look, I'm looking at it right now. Actually, he was busy in 2019. He fought twice. In 2018, he fought twice. 2017, he fought twice. 2016, he fought twice. There's a fight here, bro. Shit, he was busy in 2015. He was kicking out Dave Lemieux, William Monroe, Martin Murray. He was busy, right? He was busy then. But in 2017, Jacobs, Canelo Alvarez, that's when he got the draw. Marta Rosa, Canelo. That was in the same year. And then after that, he rolling bum like who's Steven Rose? Who the heck is that? Oh, that the Demetrius, that Russian guy he struggled with, and then he fought some other guy. He ain't Nah, man, Triple G ain't about it, bro. He ain't about that life either, bro. Come on.
No, Golovkin is irrelevant.
Yeah,
At
he's
this point.
bad, man. They were saying this guy's better than Hagler, man. That's
Yeah.
how bad they were saying.
Yeah, they were smoking the crack. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, they were smoking the crack, man. This guy, they're saying this guy was better than Hagler, bro.
Hot air balloon. That's all this guy ever was. Never proved anything in the ring. Never beat anyone worthwhile beating convincingly. Either he barely loses or barely wins, but he's never really beaten someone of any consequence convincingly. You know. Now I don't want to take away from the Jacobs win because Jacobs was a good middleweight, but that's a fight I thought he lost, and he certainly didn't dominate Jacobs. And I thought Alvarez beat Jacobs better than Golovkin did. Well, actually, I take that back. I thought Alvarez beat Jacobs. I thought Jacobs beat Golovkin.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but if you take the Jacobs win off of his resume, what's left? Nothing.
What was his first ever belt he got? Do you know
he got a pretend WBA belt.
Okay, is that the vacant WBA belt, right?
And it was an interim belt. Yeah. Wasn't even a real belt because the real WBA title holder was who was the guy who lost to De La Hoya at middleweight?
But you talking about Felix Stone.
Felix Stern was the WBA middleweight titleist at that time, and Golovkin held the WBA interim title, which his fanboys love to sort of backdate his number of defenses back.
I know. I'm watching it. He got it in 2010. He fought some guy ain't no one ever heard of. He got a 3-round knockout. So it's got so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 defenses. Nine defenses. No, 9. And then Jacob got the belt. Jacob had the similar belt, and then that was it. 9 defenses. So how the heck did he beat Hagler? When they say Hagler's undisputed, yeah, you're right. Felix Stern vacated the belt. Felix Stern didn't want to fight him.
So Stern vacates. Yeah. And mind you, this guy, he never actually won the WBA title, the proper WBA title. He was elevated.
Yeah, that's right.
Elevated.
Right. Yeah,
so
that's
he never
right.
beat anybody for that title.
Yeah. He beat Kasim Umar. That's a pretty good win. He beat Kasim Umar. That was a good win. But he ain't got no big names on his win. Curtis Stevenson.
But his resume
Gerald Fletcher.
Like the canned vegetable section at your local grocery store.
Yeah, Sergio Moore. He not. Oh no, not Sergio. He ain't fighting no name. These names can't screw whack, man.
Tomato can after tomato can after tomato can.
That Marathi guy, is that the one from Japan? He's fighting Triple G. That's what they said, right?
That's who he's supposed to be fighting next month.
That guy's man, that's crazy. Triple G's looking at payday in Japan. He's fighting in Japan, or is he fighting? Where's he fighting? He's in Japan.
I think the fight is in Japan.
Shit, he getting paid, bro. He going in Japan. He gonna get respect out of them. Marathi probably gonna lose though, because he's lost. Actually, he's only lost by he lost to Andam, and he lost to Rob Bryan. I don't know who's this Rob Bryan? I never. Is he American? Who is he? I never heard this guy. He's American, isn't he? He's an American guy. Shit, he ain't did nothing. He lost to Marat. Shit, boxing's awful, man. Yeah, middleweight division's terrible. I'm out of here, man. I want to make you guys say, yo, Triple G, Triple Duck. That's what Mr. Thing called Gary Russell Jr. They need to be ashamed of themselves. They need to get out of boxing and go do something else with their lives. Really and truly, you know what I mean, and stop hanging around, holding on to the belt that you ain't even gonna fight no live contenders. Anyway, I'm out of here. Fight Doctor, say your last piece. Go ahead, Fight Doctor.
Beating Caleb Plant is not good enough in my mind to put Alvarez over the hump and make him the best Mexican of all time. No, he needs to prove a lot more before he can gain that distinction in my mind.
He needs more meat on that bun. 100%. Shout out to the Fight Doctor. Bow selector. Wagwan. Tell us, give us your last word, bro.
Honestly, definitely shout outs to you guys. Thank you guys for having me. Shout outs to EJ Boxing. Shout outs to the guy, the Fight Doctor. Shout outs to Raphael. Is that his name? Raphael?
Raphael Dawkins. Raphael, AJ Protector. That's what he is. Go ahead.
Yeah, shouts to you guys. Honestly, it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. Terence Crawford versus thing.
Sean
Check that
Porter.
out.
Yeah.
Sean Porter. Also, if you're not subscribed my channel, subscribe my channel. We talk about boxing. We do NBA. We do all types of stuff. You know what I mean? NFL football. We do betting, all that stuff. So yo, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
Yo,
And
put
that's
your
it.
link in.
I'm
Put your
signing
link
off.
in the chat. Put your link in the chat so people can find it. Like in the Hangouts thing, so people can go to the channel. So make sure you guys select because I'm gonna check some of the basketball thing. Cause I need to do some basketball, man. You know what I mean, I still got their Lakers winning the championship. We won't find out, but really appreciate you, El Selector, for coming over, bro.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, people, man. I hope you enjoyed the show. There you go. Right. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you thumbs it up. Make sure you sub to my man El Selector. You know, also Unrivaled came over. Shout out to Unrivaled came over. Boxing Talk. And you know, we're gonna see what's gonna happen this weekend. It's gonna be a slow weekend. You know what I mean? The UK are just doing their thing, but Eddie Hearn and the rest of the guys need to pick up slack and make the biggest fights for boxing. Otherwise, shit, I might go do something else. Yeah, you ain't gonna go home. You gotta get the hell out of here. I'm EJ Boxing Live. Peace.